Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is actually a longtime friend who's recently started posting content, as you can see, like wildfire. 4 videos in the last 2 days, and this one here has a red line. I haven't watched this yet, the Silver to 1000. Nikki Silver Stacker is going to help us understand precious metals, and he can actually describe exactly what silver stacking is, because we've got lots of friends in the Tuber Chat family, including possibly Silver Assassin Metal Detecting, who really focuses on the metal detecting aspect of all of this, but adds in the idea of precious metals and the idea of silver and this and that. I'm a big fan of precious metals. They have had quite a run, although I can't say I've participated as much nearly as I wish I had. But we can't see the future, so you never know. Mark the Shark, good to see you in the house. I'll do some introductions in a quick second here. But Nikki Silver Stacker is a longtime friend. Now, he dropped a super chat before we even started, so I put that channel up first. It's been a while since we've seen him as the first channel, but we have seen him before because, like I said, he's been with us a very long time. He's working on 500 subscribers right now. A very supportive creator, but he brought up a subject in the chat before we even got started, and I wanted to mention that as well. I'm just taking another video, putting it into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. And playlists can be a great tool for that kind of thing. I have a fun one. We just call it my catch-up list, just a play on words there. But I did not get a chance yet to go through my catch-up list from the other day. And pardon me, I didn't want to run it. I want to actually watch the videos that are in it. So I'm just going to continue adding videos today. And before the next stream in a few days, I'll make sure that I get to that. I just didn't leave myself enough time. But Nikki Silver Stacker, like I said, brought up a subject in the chat. And it has to do with supporting other creators. So for the last 6 years and longer, we've been talking here. I've been talking about the idea of giving much more than we expect to receive from other creators. And the hardest part about that is being okay with it. Understanding that you really do have to give much more to others than you expect for yourself. It will not feel fair, especially in the beginning. We all know that life is not fair. Nobody needs me to say that, but I just use the idea to reinforce the fact that we have to be okay. It's not a religious thing. I just truly believe in the golden rule and giving to others more than we expect to receive, knowing that eventually, if we do enough of that, if we live a life of giving, at least to a reasonable point, we will start to get back, and eventually in an overwhelming way, all that we give and much more. I promise you, for myself and many of the creators you're going to hear about today, many of the creators who've been with us for years, they have got so much support coming in. It is all but impossible to keep up with everybody now. You can't reply to every comment. You can't watch everybody's video. You can imagine I'm subscribed to 6,700 channels. As an example, today Scratch and Pete PA did his premiere. I wasn't even there. I had to call Kristen. I forgot to bring my other phone with me. I had to call Kristen and ask her to go into the chat for a quick second. I missed it by minutes again. Pete only puts out 1 video a week. He's been doing this for over 5 years now. He's been on YouTube for at least 6 years, but he's been doing his video series in perfect consistency for 5 years with 1 video a week, never over 20 minutes, usually around 15, and Tuber Chat is on for 9 hours a week, minimum. Every 3 days or so lately, but you know what I mean. How can you expect somebody who puts out 15 minutes worth of content per week on average to support you for 9 hours? Nobody would expect that. It's completely unreasonable, yet he does it anyway. This is just one minor example of that kind of generosity that I would like to think draws me to a lot of people, not just our moderators, even though I like to talk about them frequently, but some of these creators. Jesse Journals and Unboxes, one video a week. Michael's Adventures is on every day, but just like most of us, or I'd like to think all of us, does not expect everybody to catch every single video every single day. We're all happy to have the support that we get, and I promise you, as long as every single person, every one of us here, is doing as much as they can, everybody will be just fine. Everybody here knows we all have different lives, different lifestyles, different schedules, and different amounts of time that we can spend online. I'm very lucky that I can be online for at least a few hours a day, pretty much every day. I live on the computer. It's my happy place. The computer is my beach. The tan that I get from the monitors equals that of the sun that some people might enjoy more. But I have other things that take me away, and I just can't be on for the 16 hours a day that I wish that I could. So I'm sure everybody understands that. It's wonderful when we all have patience, but I hope everybody does. Keep that in the forefront of your mind, especially when it's frustrating, especially when it feels unfair. I promise you, from the beginning, we've been saying this. If you want 3 comments on your videos, you go and give 10. If you want 3 thumbs up, you go and give 10. And if you want 3 people to watch your videos, you go watch 10. Like I said, it's not fair, but life is not fair. I promise you, if you look at all of our moderators as a minimum, and a lot of the channels you're going to hear me talk about today when we put them on the screen and I go through what I know about the creators, you're going to realize many of these people have lived through exactly what I'm talking about. Doesn't matter if it's a month, a year, a decade, literally giving more than they expect to receive, being happy for every little bit that comes back. But we have to do that. So I know it's a long speech that I give right now, and I know there's a lot of activity happening in the chat. I don't mean to miss anything. Greenland Quilter Katie, thank you for another gifted membership. She's done that a million times before. Chip Lowe just gifted 5 memberships as well. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. They've also done that several times before. I didn't mean to spin the wheel. We'll make it count in a second, and I'll start a little list, and I'll continue with my speech for a second here. Michael's Adventures is a beloved and dedicated moderator, so we'll look at his channel right after Chip Lowe and Greenland Quilter Katie. We always put Superchatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away. Like I said, Nikki Silver Stacker dropped a super chat before we even started. Talking about the silver price, actually, which seems to have doubled in the last year and a half, if I'm not mistaken. And when I talk about the idea of giving much more than we expect to receive, there's a little bit more to it. So I've tried to always be transparent about what's happening here, my thoughts about this channel, what we're all doing as a community. So I'll give everybody a hint. It's very important, in my opinion, not to jump on brand new channels when you see them in the chat. I hope everybody here will welcome them. I know the moderators will. I know lots of our friends will do that. It's proper, YouTube etiquette, if we want to call it that. Welcoming people really helps the host, really helps the channel that's live at the time. And I try to do it for people as well when I'm out in everybody's premieres and streams. So everybody will appreciate that. But jumping on a channel that you've never seen before and just going and saying, hey, I've been at your house, I dropped you a package, I've subscribed, and just praying that they're going to support you back may not be the best strategy. What I recommend is waiting. Most of our friends who've been doing this for many years, or at least many months, are watching what everybody's saying in the chat. They're making a judgment call as to whether somebody might be a supportive creator before they will connect with them. That's what I do. I'm pretty quick with most people, but it depends on conversation as well. And it usually comes very quickly in other people's channels from people who are close to the host or people who've been on their channel for a long period of time. I know people say nice things about Superchat, but people are saying nice things about each other. I see that all the time as well. So the idea is just simply the best success here is made in making the first move, reaching out to other creators and supporting them in all the ways you wish they would support you first, However, again, I just want to reinforce the idea that we don't jump on every single channel and just assume that everybody that walks in here is going to be the most supportive creator we've ever heard of. It's just not that case, right? Only the 1% can be the 1%. Only the top 10% can be the top 10%. It works that way in all things in nature, all things in life, including here in Tuber Chat. So hopefully my long-winded speech about this will help in the idea that everybody will find more of the support that they're looking for by giving to others and being extremely patient. I promise you, it's going to test you at times. You're going to say to yourself, why is my channel not growing? Why do I do all this work for other people? I don't seem to be getting the comments that I should. And then all of a sudden, you're going to see this jump. And a couple weeks later, you're not even going to remember when it started. You're going to say, yeah, it felt like there was nobody commenting. And then all of a sudden, there's all kinds of people commenting. Same goes for views. Same goes for shares. Same goes for likes, everything that we want from everybody. So I just wanted to hit that point home for today because it did come up in the chat, but it's extremely important. I know there's jealousy out there, and we don't maybe even want to call it that, but I promise you, I feel it too. When I go into other people's live streams and things like that, I see 30, 40, 50 people watching, and then I do one of a different style, not here, but on another channel, and there's only 10 people there. I'm grateful for the 10 people that are there. I try to give 100% for them. We have to remember that as well. That's how things build. When the people who love you or the people who really want to support you are there for you all the time, they're the ones that are going to tell their friends. You have to go and see this channel. I watch it all the time, and it doesn't matter how many people are in there as well, if that makes any sense. So again, long-winded speech. I'm trying to cut it off now. Thank you to Jay Jordan, and Big Dude 1234 dropped a super chat as well. I missed one more thing in the chat. The Feral Grandma came in there. What did she do? You guys are overwhelming today with support. Nez Lover, my dear goodness, has been a member for almost 3 years, but they've been with us for probably 5 years by now. Feral Grandma also gifted 5 memberships, so thank you for that. Absolutely unnecessary, always. You know, I talk about super chats and memberships because we put those creators onto either the wheel or the screen, and I can describe that if anybody needs me to elaborate. It truly is unnecessary here. But very much appreciated always. Oh, Izzy Pop Designs. Izzy Pop has a special story because they had to reset and restart their entire channel. So for anybody in the chat right now, if you think you might be subscribed to Izzy Pop, then please go and check and make sure, because they reset their channel and you may not have seen that. So they got to get all their subscribers back again. But they're incredibly supportive. I'm glad you're here today. So I'm glad everybody's here. But I was thinking about you today, thinking I got to reach out to a couple of people who haven't been in the chats. But I've been moving the times around as well. Saturday was a little bit of a different time. We're on now, and I'm going to space them out a bit. But I posted the next 2.5 weeks worth of streams. And then, yeah, Nikki Silver Stacker, I promise you, I know what it's like. I've done premieres where either nobody showed up or one person showed up. I've done live streams where nobody showed up or one person showed up. I have had, it's not that I think I know everything. It's not that I think I've been through everything. But I've been on for 9 years now. I've run other channels on top of my own. And I promise you, I've been through almost anything, I think, that I've seen from other people where streams don't work. You finally get your 20 people in the chat. You're on a roll and the internet cuts out. I promise you, it's happened time and time again. People have heard the worst in me online because of those kinds of things. But if we can have in our mind that we're going to get through it no matter what, we will be fine, I promise you. I personally have gone out and done live stream after live stream outdoors and had them continuously break due to internet connections and every other thing. I had no choice but to look up at the sky. I said, it doesn't matter how many times you shut me down, I will not stop. I will not stop until this works. And I promise you, that's the truth. You hear it from people who, are motivational speakers or influencers that talk about business and self-help and all that stuff. But it's absolutely true. If you can say to yourself, I'm not stopping no matter what anybody does to me, because I know from this group that I'm in, Superchat or anywhere else where you find supportive people, these guys, for some reason, are able to make this work. All you have to do is stay. That's it. I promise you, it can be that easy. And then, thank you, Izzy Pop Designs. They're working with Scully on a few different things. I should do some introductions. So that's a very long speech. Nikki Silverstacker got one of the longest intros ever in history on Tuber Chat, but that's okay. He's a longtime friend. And thank you again for the super chat. So when we go over to Nikki Silverstacker, more than anything else, we're going to hear about silver stacking and precious metals. Silver and gold have been on a run like nobody would have predicted for a year and a half. And my dear goodness, are a lot of people happy. So 1,700 views on a couple of these shorts and then live streams as well. So it's been a little while. We'll see if Nikki Silverstacker is going to pick those back up. I think he intends to, and he's working on 500 subscribers. So we'd love to push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. We all know it's an important and exciting one. And we'll do some introductions in a second. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. One of the reasons why this channel, Superchat, is so strong and so solid now is literally from just not quitting. Not that I ever thought about quitting. I certainly did not with this channel. However, there is, when we started 6 years ago, there were already hundreds, if not thousands, of what we call grow streams where people can connect with each other. Chiplo does this kind of thing. He lets people connect and encourages it. All of our moderators allow it. Many other creators do it. Even though their channel's not a growth channel, they still encourage it and promote it and want to push everybody to connect. There's tons of this out there. But the reason why TuberChat now, after all this time, is so strong and solid is because no matter what came along, including the trolling, including the nonsense that every channel seems to have to go through, unfortunately, I decided before I even started I wasn't going to quit. I figured we'd be doing this for 1,000 episodes. You know that's true because they were named episode 001, 002, 003, and so on. So you know I intended to do at least 1,000 of these, and I promise you today I have no intention of stopping. We're going to be at episode 1,000 probably before the end of this year, aiming for November right now. And then, I know that's a long speech, so thank you everybody for your patience today. Nicole Ray, yes, Chiplo is amazing. They've been a longtime friend now. I'm not sure if they've been with me or with us for a year yet. It certainly could be. 5G's family journey, good to see you in the house. You guys got to see rant of sorts today. And then I am Sarah Michelle. Good to see you here. You walked into a little bit of a different kind of intro. Usually I get to channels a little bit faster than this. My speeches are very long, but I just wanted to hit home kind of a note for people, especially who've been here many times before. Just, it's the patience more than anything else. But we've got lots of friends already on the wheel. I'll talk about that. Scratch and PPA and Michael's Adventures, of course. Oh, and thank you, Scratch and PPA. I was going to miss that. Yes, see, I'm talking too much, like always. And Chiplo actually wanted us to look at another channel called Ralphie's Kids Entertainment. So I'll put that up in another moment here. We absolutely honor those, and I'll try to move it as fast as we can, but we still got over 2.5 hours, plenty of time to put plenty of channels on the screen. We'll get to as many as we can, and Michael's Adventures will drop a premiere right after we're done. So I seem to always be on a roll, Nest Lover. If somebody did the world record on who could rant, I bet I'd be a contender. Jesse Journals and Unboxing, Jesse Journals and Unboxes and My Love Kristen Welton, along with Just Jason Keto, all beloved and dedicated moderators. Simply Debbie Sue and Have Fun in Nature. We're early with Nicole Ray, and we talked about the Feral Grandma. We're going to have that channel up on the screen soon. The J. Jordan is also here, and they share us out on X all the time. You know that I like to share on Reddit because it's just as fast and easy as X can be, or Twitter if we still want to call it that, because I do all the time. PK Adventure Travels and 5G's Family Journey are all on the wheel. I'll add more names to the wheel as we continue. And then Tracy's Local Learnings is here. Kristen's making me laugh. Life with Wanda is in the house. Rushing Wind Mountain, Fairbrick Studio. Harlow Blonde, good to see you here. I think it's been a little while. Vice Family Tree. Ace Flaw 1 Andy is here. Brian, of course, from Have Fun in Nature's in the house. And then Mac Movement is also here. RNW Farmstead, Tony Walsh, and Sarah Presswood are both here. I don't mean to miss anybody. I know Vintage Style by Joe's been here for a while. The Cruise Tubers are in the house. And Simply Debbie Sue, I'm sure I mentioned she was the first one I put on the wheel today. So I'll try to catch up with the chat shortly. Thank you, Nez Lover. And I really do appreciate all this extra generous support. We've got quite a list to get through, but I will start moving through it. Plenty of super chats and gifted memberships and things like that. I did accidentally spin the wheel earlier, so Michael's Adventures will come up shortly. And then Travel Around Susie is here. And Chiplo, like I said, they wanted to have us look at another channel. Luckily, Scratch and PPA caught that. I myself missed it. I actually missed that one completely. And Butler Family Farm is in the house. I think I mentioned them, but I've got you on the wheel now. And then I'll keep that up as time goes on. If anybody needs me to elaborate on anything I've mentioned, just please let me know. Kristen asked a question in the chat, something that we've talked about, because I went on a long speech the other day about when we should, or when my opinion is that we should schedule our live streams, premieres, and things like that. I am a huge fan of scheduling them as far in advance as possible, and I've been known to schedule things months in advance. And there's a big reason why. When people pay their bills and live their lives, there are lots of things we do monthly, but most of what we do is weekly. The schedule changes at different times of the year, but for the most part, for months at a time, people are doing the same thing on Tuesdays, same thing on Thursdays. We do our laundry the same day, we buy our groceries the same day, and things like that. So people have their YouTube routine, and that can work out weekly as well. So what we can think about is making sure that our content gets presented to people for a full 7 days before our premiere or live stream runs. That's no rule. That's not something that somebody else came up with, and I'm just reiterating. It's just something I feel is a good idea. I've been able to do it up until now, and I recommend it all the time. So I just wanted to share that, but I did go through AI the other day. I had a conversation with Claude. That's the one I'm paying for now. And I mentioned this idea of posting things in advance, and it said it's possible that by posting things more than a week in advance, or too many in advance, you might be cannibalizing your own promotion by having too many things in the recommendation engine. I'm paraphrasing off what it basically said, but the idea is if you have 9 premieres that are all scheduled, YouTube is showing all of those different thumbnails to people instead of the ones that are upcoming. So I may start shaving that down and experimenting with it. For now, like I said, today I just put out the next 2.5 weeks of Tuber Chat, but it's something I'll keep an eye on. I'd love to know anybody else's opinion, because I've been doing that for years. It's worked out fine for me, but there is, you know, a little bit of thought into whether or not we want to do that. And, you know, the best we can do is bring our experience and our opinions into the chat here and discuss all these ideas between us. I don't want anybody to take what I say as gospel. I certainly don't think I know everything. You know, I constantly want to improve as well, and I don't want to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do, even if it sounds that way. And I'm sure it does, because I speak so quickly. I'm so passionate about all of this. But if we bring our ideas together, we can all make better decisions for our channels and our videos as well. Got hit with spamming? Oh, for posting too much in advance. See, it's curious as an idea. I believe I understand what you're saying, but I've been doing it for years. It could be that maybe you're posting more than I usually do, because with Tuber Chat, I don't believe I've ever had more than 7 streams set in advance, because I do them in sets of 4. There's no reason for it. It's my own thing, but I do them 4 at a time. So I would never have had more than 7. And on my personal channel, I don't know if I've ever had more than 7 or videos or streams ready to go. If at all, it was years ago, and maybe a combination, let's just say. Yeah, so I would bet on both. It's just a thought, right? With the thumbnails, if we want to look at it that way. It's not thumbnails themselves, but the way that YouTube presents things, right? Let me go to another window here, and I'll come back to Chiplo. Thank you for the other super chat as well. I appreciate that. I'll put all those channels up quickly in a second. So if I go to my home screen, look at what I'm going to see. I see that, oh, I'm on my personal channel. Give me a second here, because I have crypto and AI and other stuff on there. When I go to the Tuber Chat channel, and I'm going through, or account, and I'm going through the home page, so you see what's here, right? Rich new design, John the reseller. If I dig through this, I'm going to start seeing things that are planned. Like there's Okies Eden. They got something coming up tonight, soon actually. And then if I keep going through this, YouTube's going to show us all this different stuff, but it's not usually going to show us more than one thing from one creator. So if you have 10 different thumbnails for YouTube to present, then you've got a 1 in 10 chance of somebody seeing the one that's upcoming. It doesn't matter, because over the course of time, YouTube's still going to be pushing these things out. Mathematically, we'd have to do a calculation to figure out whether any of this even matters. But it depends. If you've got something coming up that you really want to push, then I would think about pushing, like what I do for the special events for Tuber Chat, an anniversary or a 100 episode, right? I would promote those really, really hard, but not really interfere with anything else while those things are happening, if that makes any sense. The only thing we can do is experiment and see how it works out, but I would love also to hear other people's opinions. Not just today, but as time goes on. Hopefully a few people will try this stuff out, remember, and then say, no, I'm a fan, just put the stuff out 3 months in advance, doesn't matter, if you're able to do that. And then Chocolate Drop, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming on. They've been live streaming. I caught them a couple weeks ago, I think, or last week. 8 posted this month. Yeah, Butler Family Farm's been increasing. Michael's Adventures puts 2 months in advance out. I put as many as I can. I always have on every channel. And the channels that I've worked on have all done fine. They're all into like 10,000 subscribers or more. The only exception is Tuber Chat and our copyright-free music channel, because we're not focused on as many subscribers as we can get here. We're focused on the right subscribers, which are YouTube channel owners that think the same way we do. So a very different way of growing. You know, you can see this channel's doing fine, like I said, solid and strong, but we're not chasing 100,000 subscribers on this channel. This is an engine that runs so that all of us can get to 100,000 subscribers on all of our channels with the solid and strong foundation that the community is going to give us, if that makes any sense. So, forgive me if I missed anything in the chat. My dear goodness, the speeches today. But if anybody needs me to elaborate, then by all means. And like I said, I always want to hear everybody's opinions about anything at all. With YouTube, anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter most often, and I love talking about this stuff, as you can tell. I'm just going to take another video from Chiplo and put that into my catch-up list again. This creator's got some shorts on the channel. I know they're letting people connect and encouraging it, as a matter of fact. They put a lot of focus on others on their channel. You'll see that right away in the thumbnails here at 1,400 and 1,500 on some of the shorts, and then plenty of live streams as well. They seem to be on every few days, and they've got a few really solid friends that kind of collaborate, I think, together in promoting other channels. So this creator actually dropped a couple of super chats. They wanted us to look at another couple of channels. I'm going to go through these pretty quickly, because I'm not sure if they've all been through the Superchat family yet. So Ralphie's Kids Entertainment has... Oh, I think this is another channel. I recognize the banner, of course, says Chiplo Founder. So there you go. That's actually another channel from Chiplo by the look of it. And let me see what we've got here. Most of the videos here are quite short, but I'm going to take... maybe a live stream replay. Yeah, I'm going to put that into my catch-up list for today. We'll get this channel another half a watch hour there. And then hopefully everybody will connect over here. A little bit of a different idea with gaming, retro classics, some comic book culture and other things. And then we'll look at another couple of channels that Chiplo wanted us to see. Nicole Ray's in the chat, or was. Let me see if I've got the right handle here. Nicole Ray, she's been with us frequently lately, as a matter of fact. Now, this is a channel I've still got to get to know, because I've only seen one video so far. So I'll take one of the newest ones from a few days ago. I'll put that... Oh, it's still in my catch-up list. Never mind. I'll grab another one then. This is what I was saying. I didn't actually get to that list, but I didn't want to run it. I actually want to watch the videos. So I'll try to get to that in the next couple of days, and then we'll be back on Friday. Shorts on this channel have already gotten one of them into 1,300 views, which is great to see. So this channel's already off to the races with 111 subscribers. Hopefully everybody will connect with Nicole Ray. And then Harlow Blonde is coming up as well, another channel that we recognize here. But this might be the first time that we've got them on the screen. I think they've been in the chat before. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I feel like I recognize the name. And then Harlow Blonde. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your videos. I usually look for something much longer than 3 minutes. I'll take this 8-minute video and I will put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is, after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch that video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully they will connect with us and have our notification bell on as well, so they don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here every 3 days or so. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Oh, Crafts with Heather B, thank you for still being here. I know you were here before we started as well. And then, yeah, often we hit a plateau, and it's one of the most frustrating things, right? Because your channel's growing, slow as it may be, and then all of a sudden it just seems to stop. And YouTube sometimes takes subscribers, and we get a couple, goes like this, but all of a sudden it's going to jump, and you're not going to remember how you felt about this. I promise you. That's because we've been through this like so many times, and so many of us see it again and again. After you've been through a couple plateaus like that, you'll know, like, okay, it'll move. You just keep putting out content. You just keep going. The truth is, putting out one quality piece of content per week is enough to make a channel grow by itself. The things that we're doing here just speed that up, right? So that's the idea. And then I'm going to catch up with the wheel after a little while. And pardon me, I felt like I was going to say something else, and I lost my train of thought, as I usually do. Okie Zedin might have a premiere coming up, I think, in like 20 minutes or something. Oh, sorry, Jesse. Yes, Jesse Journals and Unboxes. You're right. I knew it as I was saying it, that I was saying something wrong when I said we'll be back on Friday. I actually have spaced out the streams for the next week and a half or so. So it's going to be like every 4 days, every 5 days, something like that. I just have a family thing. It's for good reason, actually, a monster celebration. We have 3 milestone birthdays in my immediate family, basically, and we're all going to do a blowout weekend kind of a thing. So we'll do one stream on Saturday this week instead of Friday. So 4 days, let's just say. We'll do one more before that weekend I'm talking about, and I'll try to bring content from that if I can, but then we'll be back by mid-June to every 3 days or so. And then Travel Around Susie. So the wheel is meant for names to be added from our chat list, and it's really based on who's been most actively engaged over the course of the stream. I know you've been here from the beginning and you're listening to me talk for like 40 minutes, which I'm usually pretty bad, but this is like the worst ever. So you're seeing a different kind of introduction today. It's usually not quite so long. I have a chatbot in the background called Streamlabs that keeps track of how much everybody's been interacting in the chat and how long they've been here. It's not just about time, but after a while I'll add names from the wheel, or from the chat list, to the wheel. I'll spin that wheel, and then we'll put channels up in order. We never know how long it's going to take or what order they're going to come up in. The only other thing is, members and moderators are added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And, Superchatters and membership gifters are added to the screen right away in order as those things happen. Now, everybody has a chance to be on the wheel or the screen. I will get to as many channels as I can in the next more than 2 hours. And it gets faster as time goes on. The beginning is always pretty heavy hitting when it comes to this stuff. But we will get to as many channels as possible. It doesn't seem like it, but for anybody that's fairly new or brand new today, when we put channels on the screen and when I talk about these things, it's talking about the things that are helpful brings value to all of us, including myself. But when I have channels on the screen, I'm talking about the channels, it's actually the least important part of what we're doing. It's great that I learn about the channels and everybody can hear the things I say about the content and the creators. I'm sure that that's helpful, but it doesn't lead to subscribers. Like Greenland Quilter Katie on the screen right now, she gifted 5 memberships, and still she's not going to get like 10 subscribers right this second from me talking about her channel. It comes from the conversation in the chat. So it's as simple as just saying hello to people, getting a conversation going. What we're doing here is building friendships. We're not worried about subscribers. Obviously, our friends are going to subscribe to us, but as you make friends here, you'll find that your friends are favoring you the same way that you would favor your friends. And over time, that leads to watch hours growing exponentially, because your friends will be there for most of what you're going to come up with into the future, if that makes any sense. So, Greenland Quilter Katie, thank you for the gifted memberships again. She's done that a million times, and I gotta stop screaming at the camera because I'm gonna lose my voice. You can hear it already. Positive energy for sure, Mac Movement. This is unbelievable. But yes, the idea is that we all hopefully have generosity in the forefronts of our minds. We're all running YouTube channels. If somebody was to ask me what's the difference between Superchat and any other channel that does the same thing, it's that this is a community of YouTube channel owners who care about each other. And I promise you that's unique. If you go out there and follow some of the biggest creators that talk about this stuff, try to make friends in their chat, you're not going to find quite the same thing. And it's not that I want to trash talk other channels, certainly not. There's a lot of channels out there that are great. There's a lot of places to make friends, but this is all we do. We focus on one thing: making friends between YouTube channel owners, and that's it. Whereas other channels are more informative, they get into deeper subjects. You know, I hope to bring a little bit of that too, but the foundation is always the friendships, if that makes sense. I just wanted to mention that as well for anybody that's brand new, because we did have a couple of new channels today. And then Greenland Quilter Katie, so she obviously is going to bring us beautiful views around Greenland. You see a lot of that in the thumbnails here, and some of these have really started to move. Of course, she's got all 4 seasons to show us on her channel. She's got a podcast going. Sometimes she does a different style of video, thinking about the audience. And like last year, she brought us a shopping series. She brings us more beautiful views around Greenland. These are the first videos I watched from her. Water-based views, glaciers, icebergs, things that somebody like myself in Ontario, Canada don't get to see. And then she's got live streams on the channel as well. This is what we're talking about. You see how many streams she's got posted in advance? This is exactly the same kind of thing that I do when I have the content ready to go. On Superchat, it's usually not more than a couple weeks in advance, but that's just because I set them in sets of 4, and I really don't know the dates that we're going to be for sure. I don't like to move them unless I absolutely have to when they're published, so that everybody can plan if they need to, because we don't have a schedule on this channel either, right? We mix up the days and times. Cruising Chris M, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. That channel is going to come up right after Butler Family Farm. Jerry dropped another super chat, hoping to take over the stream boss, and it looks like he got it. I'll talk about that when we get to his channel, but it's the video game life meter under my camera there. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Greenland Quilter Katie. As you can see, she's an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. She dropped a handful of memberships. She's done it a million times before. Chiplo was right before that, dropping a couple of super chats. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support. And in the middle of all that, I accidentally spun the wheel. So the first channel today is one of our moderators. And all of our moderators, probably, I'm assuming they fall off their chair when they're picked first, because they all know what it's like to be picked first, picked last. And somebody like Michael's Adventures, who's been with us almost from the very beginning, over 5.5 years now, has been picked both first and last many times. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. I don't mean to miss anybody in the chat. I know we got BDBGP here, as well as, I think I said hello to Bice Family Tree. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel. Rob, a fellow Canadian, is here. Fuzzy Adventures is in the house. Again, I don't mean to miss anybody. I'm just running through the chat quickly. SK Sports Talk 86 is here. And we'll get to more introductions, and I'll catch up with the chat shortly. But Michael's Adventures, this is a creator who drops videos usually twice a day, as a matter of fact. And I can show everybody, if we don't have time today, but I'll do it anyway. I'll show you how to set a live redirect if you want, because Michael's Adventures is going to drop a premiere right after Tuber Chat. So he brings nature and wildlife, all sorts of different furry friends, birds, raccoons, opossums, deer, foxes, and lots of outdoor content. Some of it might be surprising, but what I can do is I can just take the URL from the video that's coming up today. You can do this any number of ways, but I'm just going to copy the link address here, and I'm going to open another window quickly, and I'll show you how we can set that live redirect. We call it a raid that we're going to do, where we send creators from our chat over to his live chat at the end of this live stream. That's still going to be more than 2 hours from now. But what we can do then is go into our YouTube studio, go to the live stream or premiere where we're expecting to raid from. we go to the customization tab if it's a live stream, and we click on the redirect button. Raid is a much more fun word than live redirect. When you're going to do one of these things, you can actually raid into your own content. Lots of creators do a live into a premiere, or a premiere into a live stream, or dual premieres and things like that. But all your stuff is going to come up that you can choose. If not, you'll see when you click on the right side here, all kinds of stuff coming up from your friends or channels you subscribe to, or you can just drop in a URL and it will go to the exact video you want to raid into. So I'm going to put that in my redirect, and now we're set. And what that does is, after today's live stream here in 2 hours and a little bit, anybody that's got the autoplay on for their YouTube as they're viewing or watching will automatically be sent over to that premiere. So we'll look forward to that. Michael's Adventures is usually on for half an hour, and he will give us an opportunity to continue connecting. Every moderator on this channel is a longtime dear friend of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They've all been with us for years. They all have generosity at the forefront of their mind. They all allow and encourage everybody to connect in their premieres and live streams exactly the same way we do here. So you will meet new friends anytime you're with any of them. Eric B., good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Face the Aces here. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat again. And what we're looking at again is Michael's Adventures. He's got shorts on the channel. Once in a while he does something a little bit different, like scratch a lottery ticket or play a slot game on a tablet or a phone. And he brings us a lot of outdoor content. Sometimes he gives us walk and talk videos and gives us a chance to get to know him through stories that he tells while he takes us on those walks. So hopefully everybody will connect with Michael's Adventures and all of our moderators. I can't say enough about them, except for the fact that I wouldn't be able to do these streams the way they are if it wasn't for their help. I promise you, I make as many mistakes as anybody, maybe more at times. And these are the creators that help me keep things kind of rolling. We keep each other informed. We keep each other up to date on the YouTube features that come out and things like that as well. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So again, the very best advice I can give to anybody that's fairly new here: success in this chat and making new friends here is found in making the first move, reaching out to other creators, supporting them in all the ways you wish they would support you first, knowing that they will turn around and do the same thing. But it starts with a conversation. Forgive me, CraftyWitch232. I'm not sure if I said hello, but I know you've been here for a long time. A conversation is what gets the friendship started. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Oh, Just Jason Keto's got a video that's still moving. Recipe that he got from Keto Simple, if I understand the story right. And forgive me, I think I have not watched that video yet. I was explaining I've got a bunch of videos in my catch-up list. I ran the last one. I still haven't watched the most current one. That's why I didn't want to run it. I don't want to do that too many times. I'm sure everybody understands. I run more videos than I watch. I'm sure most people do. But I do want to watch as many as I can so I can keep up to date with everybody. Chef Civi, good to see you in the house. Rita Crystal Dragon Creations is also here, both longtime friends now. And the Feral Grandma's up here. This creator also, I'm going to lose track of what action has gone on in the chat here. Oh, my dear goodness. Let me see if I can scroll back a little bit. Greenland Quilter Katie gifted a membership. Chip Lowe gifted 5 memberships plus the super chat. My dear goodness, forgive me, I missed that, or I might have. And then the Feral Grandma gifted 5 memberships as well. We still got a few channels to look through for those reasons, but I'm going to try to be as quick as I can now. When we look at the Feral Grandma, we see an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who I've recently started referring to as the Grill Master. She's got several videos where she's bringing us grilling talents, and then a lot of outdoor content, but a chance to get to know the creator as well. she's also got on the shorts on the channel. Look at some of the newest ones. At least one furry friend to share with us, and more opportunity to get to know her. But some of these have started to move. One of them at almost 1,000 views, another one over 1,000 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. So she was live a few days ago. I missed that one, but hopefully I'll catch you for another one. We've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of catching as much content from each other as possible. And then to redirect to another channel or playlist, you have to be fully monetized. That might be right. Travel Around Susie, and forgive me for forgetting to mention that it's either 1,000 subscribers or it could be the second level of monetization. Forgive me for not being clear right this second, because it's been a little while. Our copyright-free music channel, if you haven't seen it yet, it's featured on our front page. But the copyright-free music channel hit 1,000 subscribers and then was able to start redirecting. So I'm not sure if it had to do with monetization or just the chat numbers. And yeah, Rita, today is kind of an over-the-top kind of day. So hopefully everybody will connect with the Feral Grandma. She's working on 300 subscribers, and she'll likely have another stream coming up soon. And then if you want to let us know, the Feral Grandma, if you're still in the chat, if you've got something coming up, we can plan for it. I often set alarms on my phone when I know people have things coming up, and then we've got a few friends where I've got the alarm set or a reminder, because I know they're on every single week. Actually, Chef Civi's in the chat right now, but she was live earlier. When I was setting up for Superchat, I noticed you were on, and I was like, oh no, I'm not going to miss that because I am just about to start. And that makes sense. Have fun in nature. Thank you for that. Yes, I've been corrected many times, and some of the things that I have gone through were a while ago, and there's updates, obviously. So I try to share as much as I can, but like I said, I've been corrected many times. Best we can do is keep each other informed. Big Dude is up right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. I didn't realize Chef Civi premiere. Makes sense. I saw it as I was like getting the YouTube windows open. I always reset the computer on Tuber Chat Day, just, you know, to give the internet hopefully a little bit of a help, if not resetting that. I am Betty J. Gathers. Good to see you in the house as well. Thank you for coming in. She's a beloved and dedicated moderator. And then Greenland Quilter Katie, yes, I did notice in the YouTube studio, most people will be able to see that YouTube's got a video talking about the idea that they're going to give us the ability to do a horizontal and vertical live stream with 2 different stream keys and 1 unified chat, which is going to be helpful because for the longest time, many people have been doing more than 1 stream at a time, vertical and horizontal, but the chats are separated unless you use something like Restream or Streamlabs where you get all these messages back and forth between everything, especially on different platforms. So it's great that they're going to bring that. I'm not sure when, but we'll keep an eye out. And then if anybody does notice that that rolls out, I'd love to know. And D-Lo Flow Show, good to see you in the house. That creator was actually introduced to us by Big Dude, who's been with us for a long time. This creator's doing a bit of video gameplay here, but they give us a chance to get to know them, and they bring a lot of spiritual inspiration on their channel as well. What I'm going to do right now is take one of your longer videos. I'm going to take this 30-minute video. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list for today, that playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 15,000, 25,000 with a few celebrity shout outs here. And then a mix of video gameplay and a lot of spiritual inspiration with Bible study and other live streams from Big Dude. So hopefully everybody will connect with this creator. They've been with us, I think, a couple of years now. It could be even longer than that. And they've sent over a few friends. So hopefully everybody will connect with Big Dude. And they just live streamed actually yesterday and the day before. So they'll likely have something more coming up shortly. And then Globies Travels, good to see you here. Hopefully I said hello. I'm not sure. I know you've been here for a while. Yeah, D-Lo Flow Show. You know, everything takes time, but hopefully everybody finds it a little bit motivating when we're here listening to the stories I tell about channels. As I get to know creators, their content, their channels, the creators behind the channels and things like that, you hopefully can hear a bit of enthusiasm from me in the fact that these channels have grown over a long period of time. And sometimes I mention channels that I notice have grown rapidly, or channels that are perfect examples of growing 100% organically, which is the best way to build a solid and strong foundation, especially if you're doing YouTube hoping for revenue. Right? Sometimes we do it because we want the money. Sometimes we do it because we need the money. I promise you, I understand both. There are a lot of people who are doing YouTube channels who don't need or even want the money. And there's nothing wrong with any of it at all. There's 141 million channels, 141 million reasons why we're doing it. But for channels that are relying or hoping for that revenue, 100% organic growth is the only way to maximize your CPMs or RPMs. And you'll learn about that as time goes on. But once you do grow in other ways, I don't believe there's a way to get that back. So it's just a thought. And then Northman, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody again. Cove Action from Syracuse is here. And then, my goodness, have we ever had the intro of a lifetime today? It's already time for me to add a name to the wheel from our chat list. So what I'll do is I'll do that as soon as we get through our next handful of channels. Let's take a break right now. I'm going to do something different today. We're just going to go for 3.5 minutes and get right back to channels. All right, we're just about back, and we're going to look at a few more channels. Big Dude, thank you again for the super chat, by the way. And the Jay Jordan did the same thing. We got a few more channels to go through for those same reasons. And as Lover mentioned, the best advice they got is content, content, content. It's absolutely true. I often talk about here putting out at least one quality video per week, let's say. That truly is enough to make a channel grow organically. Everything we do here speeds up the process, and you think to yourself, okay, essentially, if you were going to put out 50 videos this year, that's about one a week, right? But if you put out 100 videos this year, you might be able to grow twice as fast. May not mathematically work out quite so perfectly, but anywhere from here to there is great. So the idea is that the more we do, the faster we can grow. The Jay Jordan puts out content all the time. I think this creator's actually been at this 365 days for the last like 3, 4, maybe 5 years. I think they've been with us for about 4 years. It's at least 3. But the Jay Jordan's on all the time. Their own channel and other people's channels. So it's no surprise that this creator's up at the 10,000 mark. CraftyWitch232 in the chat, I often talk about as being one of the fastest channels that we've seen grow organically, 100% organically in the Superchat family. Getting to over 5,000 subscribers. I gotta have a look, forgive me, because I've lost the subscriber number now. We'll see when we put her channel up today how many she's at. But she streams every day. Now, not everybody can stream every day. The Jay Jordan does, CraftyWitch232 does. They both drop videos and shorts. The Jay Jordan's dropping so much content, impossible to even keep up. So you just see they're speeding these things up, right? And these are just ideas. But there are other ways to grow. And there are a couple of illegitimate ways to grow. YouTube has a promotion system. We'll likely talk about that later. Not something I'm going to use or recommend, but it is something else that's out there that is legitimate for pushing a channel faster. But then there's lots of illegitimate ways. There's ways to buy fake subscribers, fake views, fake thumbs up. You used to be able to buy fake thumbs down. And one of the, I don't know what is the right word to use other than maybe clever. But one creator, and I'll never call anybody out, no matter what kind of bad behavior I see, unless they're a troll or something like that. But I did see a creator come through Superchat, and what they were doing is they were buying fake subscribers. They bought their way all the way, I think, up to 50,000 and beyond. I haven't seen it in a while now. But what they did was they came in here and dropped a couple of super chats over a couple of weeks. And I bet that the idea is so that if somebody says like, wow, you grew fast, you must be buying fake subscribers, they can say, no, 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 no. I go to Superchat to get all my people. And I think it's the funniest thing because, you know, unfortunately, it's just not going to have any impact. We've all seen channels where it looks like they got dozens, you know, tens of thousands of subscribers, and there's still 3 people in the chat. You know, that tells you right there. And like I said, there's different legitimate ways to grow. I focus on organic growth here in most of the things that I say because I understand that 99% of us are thinking about revenue, whether we need it or not. And 99% of the people who've said, I'm not here for the money, I'm sure there are people who are not, right? Even myself, I'm not on YouTube for the money. But if there was no revenue here, I wouldn't be here. That's the truth about that. But there are a lot of people who say like, oh, I don't want the money. I would never take the money. I think super chats and everything are awful. And then they end up taking it anyway and saying, well, you know, if somebody wants to give me $2, I'll take it. It's like, yes, we've heard the same speech a million times before. There's nothing wrong with it. My thought on the idea is, why not let people support you in all the ways they want to support you? And if you don't want the money, then just go donate it somewhere that you like, you know, or whatever. As long as you're telling everybody what you're doing, what's the difference, right? People, I think, just want honesty more than anything else. So these are just ideas. Opinion more than anything. Please don't say anything or take anything that I say as gospel. And then, it's not that there's right or wrong in anything. We just have to decide what we want out of YouTube, and the different goals are different. If you want a lot of subscribers, that's very different than wanting a lot of comments and wanting a lot of revenue and wanting a lot of views. I understand people wanting all of the different things, but I promise you, I know what it's like when $20 a month, $50 a month, $100 a month could be life-changing money, and that's the number one reason why I'm doing exactly what I'm doing in the way that I'm doing with this channel and this community. I know how much impact it will have when we take people and turn them from YouTubers who don't make money online to YouTubers who do make money online. It is a way to change somebody's life that nobody can ever take away, right? And then it's up to everybody here to do what you want with it once you've got it. So, and then, Mac Movement always has creative things to say in the chat. The J Jordan's doing all kinds of stuff. You'll notice that the channel's an official artist channel. This creator makes a lot of music, but they bring us for a lot of fitness. They'll travel when they can. They collaborate with other creators, and they take us on outdoor adventures. Sometimes they're riding a motorcycle, sometimes they're taking us bowling. I'm just going to take their latest video, put that in that catch-up list I keep talking about. You can see they're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I think this channel has grown 100% organically. I can never know now because it's impossible to tell, and many people will either, the J Jordan I've always known to be honest, transparent as far as I could ever see, but it's, how are you going to know when somebody's lying to you? They're lying to you. I don't think this creator would, but that's just me saying it. It's only based on opinion. They've been with us for years. We've watched the grind. We've watched the growth. But sometimes you see channels that pop into 10,000. They'll still say they did it organically, even though that may not be the case. And it's up to everybody to decide what you feel is organic as well. Just because I say what I say here doesn't make it true, right? Doesn't make it fact, is what I mean to say. A lot of this is opinion. And then see, that's where the debate comes in, right? Butler Family Farm, if you give stickers away or tell other people about your channel, then it's not 100% organic. So that's why I use the word 100% organic, right? And it's probably never true ever. I mean, if you tell your brother or sister or mother or father about your channel, you're already into, well, it's not organic, right? So it depends. But when I reference it here, I'm usually talking about it so passionately because it comes down to what Jason mentioned in the chat is revenue per, I don't know if you pronounce it mile or melee, but the amount of revenue per 1,000 views. Once you've promoted a channel or once you've bought fake subscribers and fake views and fake everything else, then I can't imagine a way that you can ever get it back. You know what I mean? Because you're showing YouTube live streams or videos or things that only get a certain amount of money, and YouTube's going to keep pushing those along with other ones that make comparable revenue, if that makes sense. Not that it's gospel, not that it's true. I'm just saying this is opinion. But I feel differently about all that stuff. I'm a big believer in flyers and posters and things like that. I've given people cards for their channels to give out, you know what I mean? Because I think that can be helpful. Together we travel. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Imagine a restaurant that never advertised, never told anybody about their stuff, just opened the door and hope people knew that they had chicken sandwiches for $5. They'd never get a customer, you know what I mean? So we all have to do something, I guess. Charlene Heel, good to see you here. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And again, this is all opinion, and I hope everybody also understands your channel, your name, your content, the things you do. It's nobody's business. It's not my business, not anybody else's business. The biggest thing we have to be careful of is listening to other people's opinions about what we're doing. That goes for everybody, including me. I don't want anybody to listen to what I say. Well, Superchat says this, so that should be the way that it is. No, what I wish is for you to hear my ideas, add them to what you already know and what you're going to continue to learn, and you decide for the things that you like and the things that you don't like. You know what I mean? Because I haven't built a channel to 100,000 subscribers yet. I haven't built a channel to 1 million subscribers or even close. But I'll show you what I have done, and then you can decide. And that's absolutely true. Yes, Butler Family Farm. Say, like I said, for a restaurant, you know, McDonald's can open up, but they're still going to advertise. You know what I mean? Even putting the logo on top. We just have to agree, in my opinion, that there are different ways to grow, and we have to decide what we want to do for our channel. But when we make those decisions, the reason why I talk about it so much is because you can't change your mind after. On some things. Some things you can't. And it depends how far you go. Izzy Pop, good to see you in the house. Like I said, this creator is resetting and restarting their content. So I'll talk about that in a second. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. So there's, I'm killing it with the speeches today. I'm going to try to stop, but there is an analogy I can use. The idea of participation trophies in sports, especially for young people. I was lucky. My parents had me in baseball in the summer, hockey in the winter. My sister did all sorts of different activities. We both went to camps, and I was a Boy Scout, and all these different things. Every year when I played baseball or hockey, I got a trophy no matter what happened. It's a participation trophy. They give it to all 500 kids or 300 kids, however many kids are in the league. I only ever played house league. But there was 1 year where they stopped participation trophies. So I didn't get any. And I was miserable, I promise you. I thought it was the worst thing. This is not fair. We paid for this. We should have this. I don't even want to be here anymore. And all that stuff, right? Because the problem is, by not having those participation trophies, there's only one way to get them. You have to earn it. And there's only one way to earn it. You have to be good at what you're doing. The only exception is most improved player. They often have those kind of things, but either way, you have to work for it. You cannot buy it. You cannot just get it for being there. And I thought it was the worst thing, but I may have changed my opinion over that over the years because I've talked about that. And then, you know, I don't mean to get everybody... I hope I don't get anybody fired up over this stuff because, you know, we can... Like I said, everybody needs to do exactly what they want for their channel. There's 141 million channels on YouTube, which means 141 million reasons why we're all doing it. You know, I could tell everybody why I'm here, but you wouldn't have time because it would take me 53 years to tell you why I talk about Izzy Pop's avatar and banner the way that I do. That's the truth, right? So, you know, our opinions about different things, I certainly hope that nobody's going to discourage anybody else based on what they're choosing to do with their channel or the way that they're growing, you know, or things like that. I just, you know, I went too far with the speeches today, I could tell. As long as everybody's patient with each other, then that's fine. And then... All right, Izzy Pop, pardon me. This creator, I mentioned their channel and their banner because they're always remarkable. This creator actually helps us understand the digital, either graphic art or graphic design tools that can help us achieve results similar to what they're doing. They've always had remarkable avatars, banners, thumbnails, and animations in their videos. They're doing a lot of music lately. I'm just going to take the latest video, put that into my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to keep or get caught up with them. And then this creator as well is working on 400 subscribers now, but they had much, much, much more. and they had to reset and restart their channel, which is an unfortunate story that none of us would want to have to go through. But hopefully everybody will put that much more support behind creators like this when you hear this kind of story. Izzy Pop has been an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They're very much connected to Scully Pop. This is another channel that's been with us for what I think is 5 years by now. Scully Pop, I think, has been with us from the beginning. And these creators often collaborate together, but you get the idea when I dig through the thumbnails and things like that, the remarkable work they're able to do. And they help us understand that and achieve some of those results, like I said, for ourselves. 1,700, 1,900, 2,800 views. I think Easy Pop said that they've done many banners and thumbnails and things like that for other people as well. Live streams on the channel. So I caught them last week, but I haven't caught them since. They're doing only about one a week now. They were doing them more frequently, but I'm hoping as the channel starts to regrow, then they'll start getting back to a more frequent schedule. But that's just me personally. Hannah Rebecca, good to see you here. Tristan Natural, good to have you in the house. Mariana Latrinia is here, and I don't mean to miss anybody. This is like a record-breaking day for me, going off on tangents that, first of all, I probably shouldn't have. Quilting in the Country, Lori, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And then, yes, what we're looking at right now is Pop. Hopefully everybody will connect with. They're working on 400 subscribers right now, and I'm going to put on We Will Make It Pop, and I think that's the second channel from Izzy Pop and Scully Pop together where they're collaborating. Here it is right here, We Will Make It Pop. So the handle matches the name. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. We Will Make It Pop, and you can see the remarkable work they're doing here. Scully Pop is the author that reads to you. Some of you will remember me saying that many times. They've been in our chat like a million times before, but Scully Pop is an author that literally narrates. And so a very unique voice, to say the least, but a very creative creator, if that makes sense as well, the way I'm saying it. So hopefully everybody will connect with both Izzy Pop and Scully Pop on this second channel, working on their first 100 subscribers over here. We'd love to push them towards that milestone. We all know how exciting and important it is. And then thank you again, Izzy Pop, for another super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. They've done it a million times before. And then Cruising Chris M is still coming up. Butler Family Farm is still coming up. They had the Stream Boss position for a moment. I see Crafty Witch 232 took that over. And that's actually with a highlighted milestone message, which is interesting to know, because highlighted milestone messages are a free bonus that everybody gets on a channel where you're a member once a month. Which is really, really cool because it flies through the chat like a super chat, but it's a free bonus. So there's a hint for everybody. Jeremy Boucher, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I think that's a creator with a couple of other channels. And forgive me if I'm getting that wrong, but Jeremy Boucher, I think, is a channel that I know extremely well. It's got a few channels, if I'm right. And forgive me if I'm wrong. I have to say that a million times. And then, again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I know Hannah Rebecca will be looking for friends to swap playlists with. Anybody could do that, of course. And Nez Lover is up on the screen. This is another creator who's been with us for years. Thank you for the engagement in the chat, too. I know I went off on these speeches today, but I really do appreciate the conversation that everybody has in the chat between each other, especially when it comes to different opinions or helping each other. Or, you know, we always want to be positive, but motivating, encouraging one another, and anything that we know from experience that can be helpful. You know, Nez Lover's been a friend of ours for many years. They actually bring artistic talent on their channel. Most of their videos, traditional videos, are quite short. And forgive me for not being certain if I say that these might be cut from the live streams, because I've seen that kind of thing many times before from this creator. Some of the shorts here, 1,900, 2,400, one at 18,000, which is great to see. And Nez Lover's out there supporting people all the time, but they've been with us literally for many years. It could be 5 years, 4 for sure. And this creator, when you dig through some of the live streams, you'll see some of the art that I'm talking about. And then when you go back to the videos, you start to notice, oh, that's where that came from. So this creator is working on 3,200 subscribers, which is great to see. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And Nez Lover, thank you for another super chat. Again, they've done that kind of thing a million times before. And I'm almost not exaggerating when I say that either. And then thank you again, Izzy Pop. Thank you, Chip Low. I know we've had quite a few super chatters and membership gifts and things like that. So everybody's BFF is coming up right now, and that is Butler Family Farm. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then what we're looking at, Butler Family Farm, this is Jerry and Susan. So Jerry took over the stream boss position for a little while. And Sarah Presswood, good to see you here. Forgive me if I missed you in the chat. Butler Family Farm took that stream boss position over for a while. Crafty Witch 232 took it right after. But that's the video game life meter under my camera. Every super chat, membership, and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for their channel. And they've both held that position many times before. Handicapped Traveler, Dan, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. When we look at what Butler Family Farm is doing on their channel, I feel like I had a dream about your channel. As creepy as that might be to say. I think so. Kristen and I are watching Yellowstone again, because what we do, we watch one television episode before going to sleep every night. And we're waiting to watch Dutton Ranch, which started putting out their episodes, which is a spin-off of Yellowstone, a popular TV show, but about ranches and things like that, and they're herding cows and stuff like that. And that's what I've been seeing from Butler Family Farm again lately. So I wonder if these things are clashing in my mind in the middle of the night or something like that, because I think I feel like I had a dream about herding cow, and for some reason I was thinking Butler Family Farm when I woke up today. This is Jerry and Susan. They have 116 acres of farmland in Missouri, and they are bringing us all sorts of different homesteading styles of content, if that makes any sense the way I'm tripping over my description. So Butler Family Farm will take us outdoors. This is the latest video that I watched, and this is the one I'm talking about, working with the cattle again. But I just watched another one as well. I don't know where that one went. These creators will take us around their property and show us what it takes to look after 116 acres. They've got tons of livestock. They've got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, dogs, bees, koi, and more, including rabbits. And then they're going to grow a lot of different things. They're going to cook a lot of things, bake a lot of things. They get involved in cook-along challenges. Actually, that was the thing I was going to mention too, is I put a comment in the chat the other day, or was it yesterday? Or Sunday it must have been, when they were doing the cook-along. And I said, why is Jerry so quiet today? Because, this is part 1 and part 2 of this one. This one I watched, though. This is another video. I haven't seen this. This would be cut from a live stream, I think. I'm going to put this into that catch-up list that I talk about. Butler Family Farm, they show us all that it takes to look after their property, the livestock. They bring us indoors. Like I said, they cook, they bake, they collaborate with other people. The latest video is from a meetup. So I'm assuming this is the one that you went to, or there was another meetup afterwards. I'm unsure where that video was cut from, but if we look at the live streams, we'll see they post all their live streams in advance as well. They're live every Monday night. I was on with them last night as well. I was in the live stream yesterday. They did this live stream. I was on Cooking with the Munchie Mafia officials channel for this cook along. This is, I think, the 5th one they've done. Yeah, episode 5, where sugar-free cinnamon rolls are what they were baking in 3 different ways. But they've done a few of these now. If you dig through Butler Family Farm, you'll see about once a month they're getting together to make sugar-free desserts. So far, I consider cinnamon rolls a dessert. I know a lot of people eat it for breakfast. I've done that too. But key lime pie, molten lava cake, they've done cheesecake, they've done other things. Pecan pie is here. All sugar-free in 3, well, not, I keep saying 3 different ways, but I was able to spend a lot more time like actually watching what you were doing the other day. And I'm unsure whether it's 3 different recipes or if Jerry and Devil Dog, Jerry from Butler Family Farm and Devil Dog, were following CV's instructions or if they were putting their own twist on the stuff at the time. I was unsure. Jerry was really quiet this week, in my opinion. Devil Dog never is, but Jerry was quite quiet, in my opinion. Butler Family Farm as well brings us live streams, and sometimes it's Jerry and Susan together every Monday. They've been married 41 years. They give us a chance to get to know them, updates about the farm, updates about what they're up to. They take us to those meetups. I keep talking about these meetups, but they have like up to 70 channels worth of creators and supporters sometimes that get together several times a year, it looks like. And then they often do StreamYard panels as well. I've been on their channel with them a few times now. And you'll always meet more friends when you're over there. Now, Butler Family Farm also has videos, and like I said, they post frequently, several times a week. They even do product reviews. And then Jerry does remarkable woodworking as well in the shop. That's what he was doing when we started the stream today. He said he came in from the shop. So, Butler Family Farm, we were talking earlier about promotions, and I already gave like way too long a speech about the whole thing anyway. But when we talk about the YouTube promotion system, it is a legitimate way to grow a channel faster by using paid advertising. But it's very different from the typical things we talk about here, and it changes the outcome for how the channel grows. But this is how they've gotten from under 10,000 to over 158,000 now in a year and a half. So you get the idea of what that can do for a channel. They've also put out 1,900 different pieces of content here, including shorts. And when we look at these, we see they've gotten into 12,000 on several of them, one at 55,000, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm when you catch Jerry and Susan for one of their Monday night live streams at 6:45 Eastern. You're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. They rival those of Scratch and Pete PA, the Stock Explorer, and a few select others. It is very fast-paced, very high energy, a lot of fun to be a part of. And then, yeah, I should give Kristen Welton a choice whether I should make her cake for her or whether she should make it. But Kristen is one of those people that can get into a kitchen, and whether she's cooking or baking, every single thing is remarkable. So, obviously I eat like a king because of that. I'll be, forever grateful. And she does the 99%. I keep saying 99%, but it's really 100% of the cooking and baking here. I didn't intend for that, but that's what happens. And then Hannah Rebecca. So the best way I can answer that question is to say I don't expect that I'm ever going to use the promotion system, and I don't expect that I'm ever going to recommend it. But it is a legitimate way to grow. Jerry will share information on his channel. He actually does a series. I wonder if they're still doing the series of live streams. He gets together with BeltLoop29 and they talk about how they grow their channels and things that people can do on YouTube. They talk about the systems they use and things like that as well. But the biggest hint that I can give everybody about my opinion on the whole thing, it is legitimate. So I'm never going to tell anybody not to do something that YouTube has as a legitimate way to grow a channel, but it is different. And especially for creators who are on YouTube because they need the money, you cannot change your mind after. when you grow in a different way. So 100% organic, or what I call 100% organic, is the way that you can maximize your RPM on your channel, the amount of money that you make per 1,000 views. But once you start to speed that up in other ways, you won't be able to slow it down afterwards. It has to do with how much is coming in based on the subscribers, right? So it's a much longer speech I'd have to give, but I think everybody gets the idea. So first Saturday of the month is when Butler Family Farm does that live stream. And then Handicap Traveler, I thought I was going to be on Friday, but I was mistaken. I'm mixing things up for the next week or two, so it'll be Saturday. We're going to miss Friday, but Handicap Traveler does their once a month stream on the last Friday of every month. And then Hannah Rebecca, yes, I know it feels like that. I really do understand. And not every channel that I've run has grown at the same speed either. But they've all grown, and they've all got to monetization now. And we see channels getting monetized faster than ever and growing faster than ever. And then Sarah Presswood, I said hello to. Jody Genealogy is here as well. And then Chef Civi's working on that 4K. It's got to be moving. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. I'm going to start trying to move much faster now. Was I right about Jeremy Boucher, by the way? Oh, and then thank you, Jody Genealogy, dropping a super chat for Travel Around Susie. We will look at that channel right away. And then we're going to talk about Cruising Chris M for the same reason right now. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Yeah, Jerry, I'm afraid I went too far today and probably opened up a bit of a can of worms. I certainly don't mean to, you know what I mean? It's not like I just, my belief is that, how can I say? I can't say enough. I know what it's like when the smallest amount of money in the world can be helpful. I promise you, I've had my downs in life. I've had a couple of ups I didn't take enough advantage of, and I've had a couple of downs where I've gotten literally kneecapped financially more than once. And, you know, you have no choice but to say, well, you let it happen, right? You have to take responsibility for your own actions, not just blame. So I try to do that, but I promise you, I know what it's like when tiny amounts of money can help. And it doesn't have to be tiny, you know what I mean? So the problem is if we have somebody who's like desperately working on YouTube as hard as they can because they need that $50 a month or $100 a month so badly, I understand. But if they were to turn around and use all their money to promote the channel, I don't believe they'd ever manage to get back to a place. Like, they'd have to work so much harder to ever get the money coming in. I could be wrong. You know what I mean? I say that a million times. It's, you know, almost a trademark how many times I say I could be wrong. I don't want anybody to take what I say as gospel. I certainly don't think I know everything. I have my opinion. Of course, I always think that I'm right, but I've been corrected many times. I understand that too. So I don't want anybody to do what I say just because I say so. You know, I'm here, part of this community, hopefully like everybody else. I want to learn. I want to improve. Most people can see a lot of the flaws that I have. I barely put out content on my personal channel where I tell everybody else that they should be putting out content every week. You know what I mean? So I understand those things, but again, yeah, it's just opinion more than anything. But yeah, the best I can say is I don't mean to have gone too far, but I know I did today. And then just because I'm passionate about it. And then Cruising Chris M is up on the screen right now. So when we look at this creator, an avid cruiser and traveler, I'm actually still getting to know their channel. They've been with us for a while. And then they are, luckily, they've got the Amazon affiliate program going. This is another thing we can all think about when it comes to monetization, because when we talk about it here, 99% of the time I'm talking about YouTube monetization, like the AdSense money or super chats and memberships and now jewels and things like that. But there are other ways to monetize your channel, right? When I started on YouTube, I started by running other people's channels. Half of my full-time paycheck during my full-time gig for many years was producing either YouTube content or a little bit of other social media and things like that. If you think about how much money that must have been, it gives you a bit of a clue. You could do other work for other people. There's lots of websites for that, or you can get contracts or even a job maybe. I don't want to push anybody, but you could. And then otherwise, you can do product reviews and sponsored videos if they're appropriate. It doesn't have to even be a product review. You can, as you build your channel and build your audience and build your views, you will be able to get sponsors for different types of things, and eventually maybe get paid to do videos, not just free products, right? So these are ideas. Amazon is something that is, I was grandfathered in, so I literally have been with it forever. But there are creators out there who make lots of money. I'm talking $1,000 a month is not unreasonable for Amazon for a channel that's got 100,000 subscribers, let's just say. Those are just my imagination saying so based on my own experience. But I have helped a creator get a channel to the point that they will probably never pay for a phone or a GoPro ever again, because they'll get them for free. They've even gotten a nice beefy, I think 16-inch MacBook Pro or 14-inch, whatever they were, for thousands of dollars for free. You know, I make a little sliver of money on Amazon. Usually, I think it's $15 every like 2 months or something like that. On Superchat, we don't do affiliate links. Like, I've got it listed in there, but, you know, we don't have products here right now to promote. And I only do a small volume of that on my own channel. But it's extra money. I got, you can use it for any number of different things. And there's other affiliate programs out there as well. When we talk about affiliate programs, you got to be careful, because some companies start them up and then they just cancel them after a year, because why pay anybody? And I've seen that many times as well. And I can tell you, the first time that I ever said yes, not on my channel, on another channel I was running, to the idea of getting paid to do a video, we never had more of a headache making a video than that time. It was $100 to make 2 videos. And boy, did they ask for change after change after change. And that's called scope creep. It can drive you bananas. So that's just a thought. But there's other ways to make money on YouTube, let's just say. Maintaining YouTube and a 9-to-5. We can only do as much as we can do. You just don't want to go... in my opinion, you don't want to burn yourself out. That can be very easy to do. The whole reason why Superchat is every 3 days is because every 2 days is too much. My voice doesn't have enough time to rest. Every 4 days is a little bit too long. I miss it as much as everybody else does. Like, I'm assuming people miss us when we're not here. But I do too. You know what I mean? And the speeches usually get even longer when we're not here, any longer than 3 days. But if you can even imagine that. Foraging and urban farming is here. And then, yeah, Butler Family Farm off screen. Absolutely. We could talk anytime. I have scar tissue in my mind now over, Jerry would never do any wrong to anybody. I had a friend invite me on a live stream that I thought was going to be a friendly chat, and it was, but they just kind of pushed a little bit of opinion about things outside my control toward me, if that makes any sense at all. Yeah, I haven't been making time for panels for a very long time. And there you go, yeah. I'm unsure. Yeah, Keto Simple. I mean, I might try merchandise again in a while. I made a huge mistake in front of everybody doing merchandise in the first year of Tuber Chat. And I know better than that, and I still did it anyway, because a couple people were basically like, hey, are you going to put out t-shirts or anything? Because we'll buy anything you put out. And, you know, I started to go against the grain and made a bad decision with that. But I might try again at some point, and I have planned for that, so we'll see. And then otherwise, I haven't done the YouTube shopping stuff yet. I really have to get on that as well, because I try to talk about everything from a point of experience, at least, or at least be honest about the things that I haven't done as well, right? And then we all have to be very careful about those emails. Thank you for mentioning that, Henry Leslie, Vermont. Yeah. There are, and Kendi K all day, good to see you. I don't mean to miss anybody. I hope I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Yeah, there's lots of different ways to make money. I forget about that. Merchandise, of course, you can take the things you're already showing other people. It works best if you're doing how-to videos. All our friends who quilt or work with resin or create things, or, you know, Jerry in the shop and things like that. Like, Jerry can make things and sell them, right? Lots of our homesteading friends make things and sell them. If you're somebody who's good at canning and prepping, you could take that stuff to a farmer's market. If you're somebody who's good at 3D printing or quilting or crocheting, you can make things that people will buy at shows and other things. You'd be shocked at how that stuff can take off, because you sell a few things for a little while. Corinne Pierce was in the chat earlier. She might still be there. She's one of our beloved and dedicated moderators. She's done a lot of the merch that I've had so far. Not to sell. I don't sell Superchat mugs right now, but we've made these like as giveaways, or our moderators have them and things like that. Keto Simple, you're making me laugh. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's unfortunate sometimes the way the money trickles in so slowly. Yes, Kristen Walton is a wonder, to say the least. But yes, Foraging and Urban Farming, I saw she's running your playlist right now on another laptop. Oh, and then woodworking products from Bice Family Tree. I do a little bit of eBay. I really do only a tiny amount. I think about picking that up sometimes. But that's other things as well. Jody Genealogy can help us when it comes to buying and selling things online. She's Marketplace Boutique. She's got 2 different channels. And she teaches us how to do things on eBay and other places. Lots of our friends do live auction sales. Whatnot is a popular platform now for that kind of thing, collectibles. There are a multitude of different ideas out there. You know, here in Tuber Chat, except for these long speeches today, I usually keep everything pretty bite-sized. But there's a lot to go into, you know, and as I continue to experiment with different ideas myself, I will share those things. But there are a lot of ways to make money doing things that other people don't like to do. If you enjoy making thumbnails and enjoy making banners and are good at it, there are other people who don't like it who will pay you to do it. Right? There's gig work websites out there like Fiverr and Gigwork and Gigwalk and all these things. These are just ideas. Yeah, Whatnot is getting popular. Yeah, I'm not sure how long that's been out there. There was another app called Let Go where people were doing like the eBay thing, and I don't know what happened to that, but it doesn't seem to be popular, or at least not as much as I thought. Van Lott is here. Good to see you in the house. So one thing you have to be, forgive me, Hannah Rebecca, I just want to interject with an opinion, but it really is just my 2 cents worth. I personally would not restream my own content. So many channels lately are getting hit for reused content and things like that, and YouTube is never clear on descriptions of these things. So if anybody else wants to help Hannah Rebecca with opinion, especially if it's different from mine, then I'll appreciate it. But I myself, I've thought about that kind of thing, but I don't want to do it. I can't imagine there's anything wrong with, you know, restreaming your own videos and things like that. There's platforms out there that help you do it, like Streamlabs and I think Restream and stuff like this. But We just have to be careful. Best to hear from a lot of creators that have gone through the reused content or repetitive content problems, because a lot of channels, there was a clean sweep of like demonetizing and deleting channels a couple of months ago. So I am terrified for everybody not to push the limits on that. And then Cruising Chris M. Forgive me, I'm just going to grab one of your videos here. I'll grab the 4-minute one. I'll put this into my catch-up list. Like I said, I'm still getting to know this channel. I'm going to try to move faster. I know I said that I would, but I really am going to try now. But I do appreciate the conversation because I want to learn from everybody as well. It's very important to me to hear what's working and what's not working and different opinions so that I can gauge, you know, what's happening in the community, what people are having success with, right? And then Cruising Chris M has got some shorts over here at almost 800 views on a couple of them, but one well over 1,200 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. Now, hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. Did I catch you for one 3 weeks ago? A couple now. Yeah, one a month ago. Look at the full grid of friends over there. The usual suspects. Yes, of course. Lots of creators getting together and collaborating, especially in things like this. Is a great way to grow your channel rapidly and organically, because every time you're featured on somebody else's channel, you're pretty much guaranteed to grab a handful of their most supportive supporters, if that makes sense. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Yeah, strikes are bad news. I haven't got a copyright strike myself ever, but I did get a guideline strike on my personal channel. And it's scary and awful, and I took down a lot of content because of that. It was because I was at a political rally and somebody said something that went against the narrative that YouTube is meant to protect, unfortunately, at least in Canada, in my opinion. So I had to wipe out all that content, because the problem is if you get one strike, whether it's a copyright strike or a guideline strike, if you have any similar content or any similar subjects, very possibly you get 3 strikes in a row, bang, channel gone almost instantly. And I certainly don't want anybody to have to go through that. And then Jeremy D-Day's been through a bit of a headache with that kind of thing as well. He's got 2 channels, by the way. And then Travel Around Susie. So this is a brand new channel that was actually Jody Genealogy dropped a super chat so that we would look at this channel. And that tells us this must be a great supporter to her. You know, it kind of goes along the lines of any friend of yours is a friend of ours, right? So this is a brand new channel here. I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take the latest video, nice long 9-minute video. I'm going to put this into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give a thumbs up, subscribe, and put the notification bell on as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully this creator's got our notification bell on as well so they don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here every 3 days or so. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And then thank you, Jody Genealogy, for the super chat to give us a chance to look at that channel right away. And Jody Genealogy, like I said, is the same creator from Marketplace Boutique. We'll look at both of her channels right now. And Resident Rev Sakushiter, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And if I have missed anything anybody meant for me to see, something important, or if you want me to elaborate on a subject we've talked about, then by all means, please just grab my attention in the chat. And then, otherwise, I'm going to start racing through channels. We're going to go into like marathon mode for the rest of the stream here. Jody Genealogy is bringing us a mix of true crime, history, and travel. A little bit of variety on the channel as well. I'm just going to grab the latest video about Memorial Day. Look at how much work she put into this video. Jody Genealogy. I just about saw the roll over there. Very cool. I love the idea of creators really getting into their content, something I don't do nearly enough of. And then when we look at what Jody Genealogy is doing here, I've been learning more and more about her videos as I've been watching more and more on this channel, but she really puts a lot of research into the stories that she's going to tell, or the subjects that she's going to cover, particularly when it comes to history and things like that. She puts a lot of different things on the screen. She really scrapes a lot of like images and artifacts, we might call them, from different online websites and things like that to share. So as well, this creator has got shorts, and this is her second time around. She's already got another channel. I'll show that to you in a moment. But shorts on this channel feature pure variety. These have gotten now into 16,000, 22,000, 32,000 views. And of course, she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Same with the other channel. But when we look at Jody Genealogy, we see that she's done plenty of live streaming as well. She could be taking us for an outdoor walk. She could be on the water. She could be on the road. She could be by the fire. She could be camping. Many different types of things, and collaborating with other creators. She's working on 2,300 subscribers right now, and Marketplace Boutique is her original channel, and this is where she helps us understand buying and selling online. So for anybody that is looking for other ways to make money, I can tell you firsthand that I have helped with eBay on somebody else's eBay store. I've literally listed over 2,000 things and shipped over 1,000 packages myself. Those things are easy. What Marketplace Boutique is going to help us with is understanding what to buy and sell, or how to buy and sell, how to not get ripped off, and how to find collections of things that we can separate and sell, if that makes any sense. Take us shopping with her. Look at the latest video here. I'm going to put the latest one in my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep joking about. And then Handicapped Travelers dropping a super chat here for Henry Leslie, Vermont. So we'll get to that right after Marketplace Boutique and Tim Mitchell, because Tim Mitchell gifted a handful of memberships again, and forgive me for not mentioning that until now. I felt at the end of the last stream, I was afraid I might not have thanked you for your gifted memberships either. Tim Mitchell's doing that kind of thing frequently over here. He's done it like 1,000,000 times now. I wouldn't be able to count the number of members if I could. Even if I tried, is what I mean to say. Overly generous, and I do appreciate it. But today, I know you and Chef Civi came in after the first little while, but boy, was I on a roll for talking about anything but channels at the beginning of today's stream. Santa Fred, New York, good to see you in the house. Oh, they've got a whole storage unit full of Santa Claus memorabilia that they need to try and sell. This might be an idea. It really might. I mean, the apps are getting even better. When I was doing a lot of eBay myself, I was using the app, and it could just read the UPC code on any box. Like, my family gave me this thing I got to unbox at some point, which is a Pac-Man video game. Kind of cool. But the UPC code can be scanned in the eBay app, and it will just fill the whole description for you. And then you can decide on the price, and they'll even help you understand what other people are charging. You know, so this is... I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's easier than ever before to do that kind of thing. Have Fun in Nature does get on a roll. I've seen enough of their live streams to know that they actually do. Van Lott, thank you for the super chat, by the way. I certainly do appreciate that. If anybody hasn't seen Have Fun in Nature on a live stream yet, that they get just as passionate, I promise you. Marketplace Boutique, forgive me, when we dig through Jody's channel, she's going to help us with our YouTube journey as well. This creator will help us with things like Canva in designing some of the graphics that we need, whether it's emojis or other aspects of our YouTube journey. And then shorts on the channel. These, again, feature pure variety, but she's gotten into 35,000, 56,000 on this channel. Both are monetized. She's well over 3,100 subscribers now, and plenty of live streams over here also. Again, a mix of outdoor content. She's usually either by the fire or on the water or on the road, and occasionally collaborating with other creators. So hopefully everybody will connect with Marketplace Boutique. She's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for as long as we've known her. And then, yeah, I haven't been pushing eBay. I have way too much low-price stuff, which is all DVDs and things that I'm selling right now. I sell like one every 2 months. Six Bows is back. Good to see you here. I'm not going to tell anybody that selling DVDs or CDs is a good idea. It certainly is likely not. The reason why, I'm in Canada. Why would somebody pay a decent amount for a DVD and then pay 3 times as much to ship it? Not a good idea unless you're going to put them in packs or something. The only reason people buy those from me, and it was a bad idea that I got into that years ago, is because if somebody had, like, let's say a popular movie like Kill Bill, I used to have the DVDs for, I've sold. If somebody had that in their collection and it got scratched or lost and they can't stand not having it in their collection, I promise you, I know what that's like, then they rebuy it. And I've done that kind of thing myself before as well, with other things. And then what I Brian's making me laugh. What I have to what I used to dislike is having a cassette tape collection, and the way that they used to be, you can really see the names of all the tapes in your case and stuff like that. And then when somebody takes one, or if one got lost, or you loan one out and it doesn't come back, it's really hard to fill that space because you're still hoping it's going to come back. And then now online, we could just buy the thing again. And too bad to have to buy the same thing 2 or 3 times, but it happens. And then some audio DVDs, says Brian. I'll have to see what you're talking about there, because I'm fairly familiar with that stuff, but I may not have heard what you're talking about. It's Nikki D. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Tim Mitchell's up on the screen right now. This creator also gifted a handful of memberships. We're going to talk about 3 channels quickly right this second. We've still got an hour to go. I'll move as fast as I can through channels for the next hour. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. In a week and a half or so, I'm going to open my storage up. I have to move storages. I'm downsizing. I'm finally going to open up my records. I have 4,000 of them, and we'll finally see what's there. I know for sure one case of records got stolen because it was in a beautiful flight case, one of those really tough things that like bands and DJs and stuff use. And I'm sure they took it for the case. There's a break-in at the storage or whatever. They took some other stuff, but nothing else I was worried about. But the records, I think they just took for the case. They probably threw the records in the garbage, which makes me so upset. And then I realized the other day they might have taken another special bag of records. So I'm going to go in there. I'm going to find out finally once and for all what's missing. It's going to be heartbreaking for sure, but at least I'll get a chance to see everything. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Jen Palazzo's here. Good to see you in the house. Tim Mitchell, I was mentioning, I missed you today. You know, I get so upset. I called Kristen, but I was still working. I couldn't get out of what I was doing. And I think it was at 12:18, if I remember. I think I have a photographic memory sometimes. And I called her, and I was still working, which I shouldn't actually be doing. But I said, oh, pizza's on. Can you go in there for me? Because I knew I was going to miss it again. There was just no chance of catching it, right? And then when I got home, I was like, oh, Tim Mitchell, I'm going to miss his stream if he's doing one today. Tim Mitchell streams every Tuesday. And there you go. Yes, he was on 4 hours ago. But today was a late day for me. Not by very much, but later than I would have liked. So Tim Mitchell I've caught for live streams many times before, but he streams usually on Tuesday, usually on the road, and the only times I've been able to catch him in the last couple of months is if I have an early day and he has a late day, because he's in Seattle. So he's a few hours off of me. I'm in Niagara Falls, Canada. So Tim Mitchell will take us on the road, but he keeps up with the chat while he's doing that, and the conversation, like most chats, just whatever comes up while the stream is going on. This creator has done well with a lot of dash cam and outdoor footage, getting into 1,500, 1,600, 1,900 views, and then videos. He's just got a few on the channel to get it started, but already more than halfway on the road to 500. This is the third channel in a set of 3 that I talk about all the time. Next, we're going to look at Chef Civvy. And if you dig through this channel, I think it's got to be 8, 9, maybe 10 months ago now, there's a video that talks about Chef Civvy and Tim Mitchell together. I always like videos like this, so definitely worth a watch. It's only 9 minutes. Perfect video to connect with, actually, if you've heard me talk about them before. Chef Civvy is going to help us navigate the kitchen. She's going to make interesting meals, dishes, and combinations, but she's going to help us understand the bakeware, the cookware, and the appliances, even getting into product reviews. This creator, you're going to notice a theme on a few different things here. First of all, she does a cook-along. We talked about this earlier with Butler Family Farm and another creator called Devil Dog. They've been in here several times before. But they get together once a month and make a sugar-free, I like to say dessert, but treat of some sort. So they've done a few different things like cheesecake, and the latest was cinnamon rolls. If you can imagine, I don't know how you make that sugar-free, but they've been able to do this. So Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official has a new video. I've put that into my catch-up list. This is a premiere that they were running right before Superchat started, actually, so I missed that. I thought it was a live stream. And then shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 1,800, 2,600 on a fairly new one, and another 2,600. I think this one might take the top spot pretty soon. You notice that they've got this colorful wheel going throughout the channel. You've seen it in a couple of thumbnails. I don't know if you changed the banner again, or did I mention that already on the last stream? And then live streams over here. There's one thing that I did not realize that Tim Mitchell mentioned to me. Anybody can reach out, by the way. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time. Anything I say about anybody's channel that's incorrect, I always want to promote everybody's channel the way they want to promote it, but it doesn't matter how many videos we watch. Once somebody's got like 200 videos on their channel, if you watch 10 or 20, which is quite a few, you still might miss a lot of things about the channel or about the creators. So if anybody has anything about their channel that I forget or miss or didn't realize, or if I mentioned your channel name wrong, by all means, please reach out. But Tim Mitchell was mentioning that Chef Civvy's doing some art on the channel as well. If you watch the intros and outros, there's tons of shout outs on the channel, but she actually puts a lot of art in there as well, like hand-drawn art. And then they're including a lot of creators in shout outs, and they change the intros and outros frequently as well. Let me look at another channel here, and this is called Off Topic Squirrel. Oh, I'm missing, actually, I forgot to mention one thing. This channel is typically live every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. If they're not doing the cook-along, so 3 or 4 out of the 4 or 5 weeks every month, they're on for the Mystery Wheel of Misfortune. That's the colorful wheel I'm talking about. And basically what happens is the audience is able to contribute ingredients. At some point, Chef Civvy will spin and be all but forced to make whatever combination is going to come up. So you can imagine it can get pretty obscure. When we look at the unofficial, official, off-topic squirrel, this is a complimentary channel for Chef Civvy and Tim Mitchell. We see a behind-the-scenes look at Chef Civvy here, where she could be giving us a story, she could be taking us outdoors, or there's another series of videos that must have started here. Then shorts on the channel, like most creators, quite a bit of variety, but they've done well with outdoor footage at 1,200 and 1,500 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. And this is a different one. They go live every month, so they've got one coming up this week. On the last Saturday of every month, they're going to play Cards Against Humanity. And for anybody that's ever played that game or seen it, you know how wild that can get. I have been able to catch pieces of it, but I listened in on the last one, and it can get pretty obscure. I'll use that word again. It can get pretty interesting. I've played Cards Against Humanity more than once in real life as well. Forgive me, my internet or something is going on with stream right now. I'm not able to pull the chat up, so I'm trying to refresh my page, and I'm having a bit of a struggle with it, so I'll get everybody to bear with me. And actually, it's time for a break anyway, so what we'll do is we'll go for 3.5 minutes. Thank you, So Fabric Magician. This creator's dropping a super chat. We've still got Handicapped Traveler to come up. And I gotta look back at these for a second. Pardon me while I look on another screen here. Handicapped Traveler actually wanted us to look at Henry Leslie, Vermont. So that's going to be the next channel that we look at. And Father Lawless World TV, good to see you here as well. Thank you for coming in. Forgive me, I'm behind in the chat, but this time I have an excuse because my other window is freezing. Okay, let's go for that 3.5 minutes, and then we can get back quickly. All right, we are just about back. So Henry Leslie Vermont was somebody mentioned in a super chat that was sent by Handicapped Traveler. We'll look at that channel in a second, but Henry Leslie Vermont has been with us for as long as I can remember. It's at least 3 years, could be 4, might even be closer to 5. And forgive me if I'm mistaken, but Henry Leslie Vermont is somebody that I run into almost every day. This creator is here with us frequently, but supporting other creators. Most of you have seen me either on your own channel or somebody else's, bouncing in between premieres and live streams. I do as much as I can, but there's only so much anybody can do. But I like to recognize this kind of thing when I see creators out there doing as much as they can for other people. Now, Henry Leslie Vermont gives us a bit of an idea about what to expect on the channel. A lot of what I consider trail cam footage. So a lot of nature and wildlife here. I'm just going to grab the latest video. Forgive me, Henry, I did not get a chance to watch the videos in my catch-up list from the other day, but I didn't want to run it this time because I ran it last time. I want to watch the videos. So even though I'm doubling it up by adding videos today, I'm going to grab another video. So I'll grab the second latest one. I'll put that in the catch-up list as well. And it's just a fun playlist that I use to keep or get caught up with creators, but we call it the catch-up list because I use it to keep or get caught up. 4,600, 4,900, 6,500 views on some of these short videos. Friend of mine is crazy about having a brand new smoker. I've never had one. I've never even used one. Not myself ever. We don't do any barbecuing here. We're really sort of unable. But a friend of mine gave me some smoked pork tenderloin the other day, and I couldn't believe how the taste really gets into the meat. I was kind of amazed. I've had smoked things before, but never where it's just like, here's a piece of meat, try this, and wow, you could smell the smokiness right away. You could taste it right away. So I'm sure Henry Leslie Vermont's loving that. This creator as well has done a few live streams, and you can see they're bringing us some interesting winter weather there. They're working on 700 subscribers, which is great to see. Hopefully we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. Again, I see this creator almost every day supporting somebody. And then we're going to look at Handicapped Traveler. Thank you again, Dan, for the super chat. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated. They've done that a million times before. And then Handicapped Traveler is working on 1,700 subscribers, and this channel's gone through a major change in the last year, but I'll leave it to everybody to find that when you get there. Either way, Dan behind this channel now has been an incredibly supportive creator for as long as I can remember. They could have been with us also for 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. You can see I'm starting to actually lose count. More than ever before. I hope everybody finds that motivating. You're meeting friends here who will be with you for years into the future. So Dan brings travel, usually from a certain perspective, hence the name of the channel, Handicapped Traveler. But this creator also brings us a lot of cooking videos. I'm just going to grab the latest video they put out. They've been punching out content like crazy over the last week. And then they've got another premiere coming up. That's about a week and a half from now. When we look at shorts on this channel, we see that they bring us all 4 seasons as well. 1,400, 2,700, 2,800 on some of this outdoor footage, and then live streams on the channel. So I mentioned this creator going live every last Friday of the month. So this Friday, a few days from now, we will not be on that day. So I'll be happy to be in there. And Dan's working on, like I said, 1,700 subscribers. He'll encourage everybody to connect while we're in the chat as well. What was that business card it looked like you were showing there, Dan? I'm going to have to see that in the replay maybe. And then thank you for another super chat. Like I said, absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated. And then Van Lot came in and dropped a super chat as well. So we're going to look at this channel that's got a few different things happening on it. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And then forgive me, Dan, if I knew that and forgot, but Dan's putting out content twice a week, which is great to know. When watching vertical live, some have a drop-down chat menu and some have an overlay chat. What determines that? Very interesting that you say that. I haven't watched enough vertical live streams to have seen those different things. My guess, without knowing, so forgive me because not everything I'm going to say might not be true at all. My guess is that not every feature on YouTube rolls out to every channel at the same time. Some of you may have noticed that the colors on YouTube are slightly different. The font is a little bit different today. Today's the first day I'm noticing it, but you know, I wish they'd work on notifications instead of changing the font all the time, but this is what they do, and forgive my whining and complaining. But my guess is that it might have to do with features or layouts that they haven't rolled out to all of YouTube yet. It could have to do with iPhone or Android. And it could have to do with whether the creator is streaming on YouTube itself or through another service like Streamlabs or Restream or EVMux or something else. But if anybody here happens to know better than me what that situation is, why the chats are different, because somebody said something else about a vertical live stream today not having the chat or something like that. And I missed it at the beginning of the stream. Vertical or horizontal? Vertical's overlaid, horizontal is under. I think I know what Tim Mitchell's talking about. Whether you're watching a horizontal stream when your phone is in vertical mode or whether you turn it to the side. I wonder if that has to do with this. And the same thing for vertical streams, because it's a difference whether somebody's streaming vertically or horizontally, and there's a difference whether you're watching vertically or horizontally. It could be different on Android, could be different on iPhone, could be different on iPads, different on television. You know, more people are watching YouTube on TV than ever before. I had started doing that without realizing it many years ago. I was working with somebody. We used to like eat dinner and we would be watching YouTube on the television, but chatting with our phones, or, you know, in the chat, if that makes sense. So these are just ideas. And thank you, Sarah Presswood. Thank you, Charlene Heel. And it may be settings. So if anybody knows, I'd love to know also. Boy, do I love to talk about things I'm not sure about. And then Fat Lot is up on the screen right now. This creator's got a couple of different things. Like I said, I'm just going to grab the latest video. I thought I put this in my catch-up list already. I must be mistaken. But this one here, the red line's not all the way across, so that might be. And I could be wrong about that too. So I'm going to put both of those in my catch-up list right now. Whenever I have a video where the red line's not all the way across, I just rerun it. Make sure they get the full credit for the watch hour. It's only a couple minutes, but still, every minute matters, right? When we look at this creator, Big Daddy's Workshop is a theme on the channel. So I see he's doing some outdoor stuff as well, but this creator is going to bring us into the shop and make some really remarkable things. It's actually a very large shop in my opinion. But Van Lot is also very well known for spiritual inspiration. We'll see that in a moment. I'm assuming this is family togetherness that we see. I'm always happy to see that. 2100, 2500, and I've been able to catch them frequently for live streams. Hard to catch them all because this creator sometimes is on multiple times a day. So a little bit of trivia, daily devotionals, sometimes giveaways or different ideas. Testimony Tuesday seems to be a theme. So hopefully everybody will connect with Van Lot. This is a creator that came into the Tuber Chat family and right away over the top with generosity and connecting with others. What I can tell you from what I've seen with this creator is that they have a very devoted audience. as well. When you're in any of their live streams, the chat is rolling right away all the time. So that's great to see, especially on a channel with 542 subscribers. So we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 600 we know they're thinking about. And I happen to know that this channel just got monetized about a week ago. I joked with them the other day about the idea of having memberships. I know different people feel differently about memberships and super chats and things like that. A lot of creators delay having memberships available because they want to offer value to their audience and they haven't decided what to do yet. That's okay. I hope everybody starts thinking about that before you get monetized so you can be ready. But some creators don't add memberships either, and there's nothing wrong with that. Any different type of way that people want to monetize their channels. My suggestion is to always enable every type of monetization so that everybody can support you in the ways that they want to. I myself have memberships on all of the moderators' channels that you see here, but I don't have any memberships on any other channels, just so that there's no jealousy between why does he like that channel and not my channel. I wish Superchat would get a membership with me. The best feature that I am excited about with memberships is the fact that you don't have to be a member on a channel to gift memberships. So I do that also, not all the time, but I do as much as I can, or what I think is a good amount. And most of you have seen that as well, I hope. But that allows you then to support channels, and you're like, well, I'm not going to get a membership on the channel because nobody has an unlimited budget. You know what I mean? Not everybody can get a membership on every single channel. And I can tell everybody here, now that I've been personally monetized, Superchat's been monetized for 5 years or something like that, members come and go. And I hope nobody feels too strongly about it either way. Because like I said, nobody has an unlimited budget. Some people will come with you for a couple months, then they'll go with somebody else for a couple months. They might come back, they might move. Some people will be with you for years. Some people will just get a couple of gifted memberships and that's it. But we just have to be happy with everything that we do get. What I can tell you is, it is not difficult to see that number grow and grind slowly up and up and up, like every other thing we talk about here. So these are just ideas. But I joke with Van Lot the other day or yesterday, whenever that, 2 days ago when that stream was, that I caught him for saying, memberships. I do that to everybody. Everybody who doesn't have memberships, I say you got to have memberships. But it's just throwing my 2 cents in the ring. I don't want to push anybody too hard. Van Lot, hopefully everybody will connect with an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Thank you for the super chat again. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated. And then So Magic Fabric Magician came in and did the same thing. So we'll talk about Annette's channel right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Bice Family Tree mentioned that in the chat too. They were over there on Van Lot's. So thank you for coming in. That's obviously a friend from Van Lot, but they're working on the memberships over there. And I do remember you saying that now that you mention it here. Now, I was lucky because I started on YouTube 9 years ago. I ran a channel for somebody else, not my own. I started my channel a year later. Superchat didn't even come until a year or two after that, right? And I've run many other channels. I've helped with other channels for other people. Right now, I don't. I only have my own channel, Superchat, the copyright-free music channel, and that's it. But I was lucky enough to have already been monetized or had a channel monetized that I could practice with. I'd already thought about what to do before I was going to do it. So my other recommendation when it comes to memberships is if somebody really doesn't know what on earth they're going to do, I say drop a $5 membership so that people can support you in that way. I don't know if there is today because I haven't looked it up in a long time, but there was a couple of extra features when you have the $4.99 level. That's typically US, but YouTube adjusts it per country. But this is just an idea. Thank you, John Lucas. I don't have any merch right this second. I did mention today the idea that I might take a stab at that kind of thing in the coming months. So I have an idea of kind of things that could be offered, but we'll see. You always want to be careful with that kind of thing, and I don't want to solicit too much either. This channel's doing fine. Everybody can see that. But on any channel that I've run or touched, when in doubt, I just run a $5 membership so that people can support that way if they want to. You will be shocked at the fact that sometimes people will support you. They don't even show up for the content. They just like what you're doing. They want you to keep doing it. They might lurk in the background or show up once in a blue moon, but they just want to make sure that they're supporting you, right? So this is just an idea. So yeah, this is the one that I've had before, but this is for, we gave these out like to moderators and stuff, and I've given them out as like giveaways. I haven't done anything like that in a while. I've actually got to come up with stuff like that. But there will be, yeah, I have, we'll see. What I want to do is try to come up with ideas that focus on other people's channels because of what Tuber Chat is. You know what I mean? Because more helpful. That's why I did the mugs this way. There's a Tuber Chat logo on it, sure, but most people are going to put the mug this way in their background, right? So that people can see it and say subscribe. That was the point. It's more for them than it is for us. But I didn't sell those. Those are just giveaways. And then Fabric Magician is up on the screen right now. I don't know if Corinne Pierce is still in the chat, but she actually made those mugs. She does merchandise. We have a few creators that do that kind of thing in the chat as well, or in the Tuber Chat family, if that makes sense. So I'm going to try to move it. We still got half an hour. We'll get to as many channels as we can, and we haven't spun the wheel yet, so we'll do that in another moment. And I got to add a couple of names on there, so I'll see what I can do about that. The Fabric Magician, Annette, she is always having a good time on her channel. Look at the enthusiasm in this creator. So she's going to show us a lot of different things that she's making or working on. I'm assuming that there's Happy Mail on the channel. Forgive me because I'm not certain yet. While I'm racing through my descriptions now. 1,000 views, 1,400 views on a couple of these short videos. And then Fabric Magician Annette. I'm just going to scan through here for a quick second. Yeah, she did a series of videos a while back, so we'll see if she's going to continue those. But lots of live streams. She's posting these in advance. I'm going to set the notifications for all of these. And then, if I can get any of these to roll over, we might get a chance to see what on earth she's doing here. Yeah, hopefully everybody will just catch her for live streams. I had to catch her for a few more here. I've caught her a couple times, as you can see. And then she's doing these frequently. So she's got a live stream coming up on the 20th tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. Lots of opportunity. Those are right smack in my work day. I'm working right at that time. So I probably catch Fabric Magician and that on the weekend, if I was to guess. And then let's spin the wheel. You're both lefties. You want to hear a trick that I did? I'll tell everybody a quick trick that we don't have time for. Butler Family Farm we saw earlier. Forgive me. Let's see what I'm going to do about this. Okay, let's go through this. I got to clean up this wheel. I'll tell you the story quickly. So the mugs. When I had Corinne Pierce make these mugs, I said something very specific, right? So I've always been into marketing and this and that. I am good at it. We can debate whether I'm great at it or not. Most of my ideas work out most of the time, but I certainly don't think I know everything, and I've had just as many things not work out and blow up as I've had work out, let's just say. But when I had the mugs made, if you can imagine, I know that most people are right-handed. So I said, here's what I want you to do. I want you to make the mug, but the Tuber Chat logo has to be on the side so that when people who are right-handed drink from the mug, the Tuber Chat logo is what's facing. I know most people are going to use the mug with the subscribe side facing, but if they use it to drink from, they're automatically going to drink this way, so we still get the little Tuber Chat logo in there. So even when I do things for other people, it's not 100% selfless, just to be transparent with everybody. But I'm not kidding. I take everything right down to every detail I can possibly think of. And if you want what I've been doing with AI lately, one of the things I ask from Claude, which is the one I'm paying for, is, and please consider anything I might not be thinking about, and take your time and be thorough. So if you're using ChatGPT, Gemini, or any of those things, that might be something that can be helpful. Think about anything that I might not have mentioned or anything I'm not thinking about, and take your time and be thorough, and that helps. So that's just an idea, but I wanted to show that to you. So like I said, not every idea is brilliant, but most of them work most of the time. Let's go for a break. We'll come back. I'll spin the wheel quickly, and we'll see who's coming up. All right, we're just about back. So I'm going to fly through channels now, and I'm going to spin the wheel in like 2 seconds here. We'll see who's going to come up, and I did add 2 names on the wheel. So Hannah Rebecca's on there, Sarah Presswood's on there, and I always appreciate, you know, everybody being either polite or kind and patient and things like that. Hannah Rebecca has become quite a friend over the years. She's one of the top 3 channels from last year for me with Michael's Adventures and Living Large with El Crew, because we swap playlists. So it shows you the impact that somebody can have. You imagine all the playlists I'm running and channels that I'm watching and things like that. But Hannah Rebecca is an enthusiastic creator. Now, I don't put channels on the wheel because they ask. And the only reason I'm saying that is because I know Hannah Rebecca politely asked a couple of times, but it's actually her turn to be on the wheel right now. So I always put members and moderators on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And I got plenty of names on there right now. I don't think I'm missing anybody. But I also put Sarah Presswood on the wheel, and I'll race through these channels. We'll get to as many as we can. Michael's Adventures always has a 5-minute intro for us, so we'll get a couple of extra channels. And that's a little under a half an hour from now. I'll start dropping his link in another 10 minutes or so. Scratchin' PPA is up on the screen. A beloved and dedicated moderator here. He's known as a shining jewel. Anybody who has already connected with him will have no choice but to say he's one of the most supportive creators in their particular community or family, and I certainly can say the same thing. Scratchin' PPA, if you can believe this, has been here over 900 times, which, you know, you can't even explain that kind of enthusiasm and dedication and consideration for other people. You know, I hope today that Scratchin' PPA enjoys his time here, like all of our moderators. You know, they're helping with the chat, but I hope that it's enjoyable. This is why we use all those chat bots like Streamlabs and Stream Elements, so that they can enjoy their time and not have to, you know, drop things all the time, even though he continues to do that. But I can't say enough about this creator's dedication. He is literally there for every single thing I do, ever since meeting him basically 6 years ago. And I will be eternally grateful for all of this. But can you imagine somebody supporting that much? The reason why I mention this is because I know that he does as much as he can for everyone he connects with. So I hope everybody will connect with him so you can get some of that support coming back to you as well. Now, Scratchin' PPA, your video says that I watched it, but I did not. This is because I had it on the screen, or Kristen put it on when I asked her to go in there for a quick second. So forgive me, because, you know, I want to be there even for a second, and I just today got stuck and couldn't, and I should know that that's going to happen. But I literally would have missed it only by moments again. But anyway, I'm going to make sure that this is in my catch-up list so that I can watch it. And I still have, I believe, the one from the other day in there. I might be mistaken. Maybe I did watch this one. You'll know if I commented on it or not. I can't remember for the life of me without looking at it. But either way, I'm going to go through both of them. Now, Scratchin' PPA scratches lottery tickets, but he pits 2 tickets against each other and offers us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video. If we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do, it sets his series apart, makes it unique and a lot of fun to be a part of. You got to catch the voting within the first few days after he puts out the video. So he puts the voting up right before the video, right before the current week's video. He puts the voting up for next week. It lasts about 3 days, if I'm not mistaken, right? And everybody's got to get in there. But you can vote on all 3 platforms. And then if you look at his thumbnails, you'll notice there's a hint about giveaways that happen in his video series, and it's all related. So this creator as well premieres every Tuesday, but if you can catch him for one of these premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than what we've got going on here, faster than just about any other. It is super fast paced, super high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. I'm going to show you something if I can. Oh goodness. We'll get to something really quickly here. If it's gonna work, maybe. Let me go on YouTube, and I was in the middle of setting up a live stream. Uh-oh. So Pete's video came out today. Here it is right here. I'm just going to pause it. And I want to show you how to hype a video. So we have to do this on a phone. You can't do it on a computer. You can hype 3 videos per week. They have to be 7 days old or less. And I'm going to be the first one to hype this video. So I hope everybody will go on Scratchin' PPA's latest video and hype this, either right now or in the next few minutes or right after Tuber Chat. So I'm giving that a hype right this second. I think somebody else did it at the same time. So thank you for that. And then just for the sake of going through hype I'm going to go to Jessie Journals and Unboxes. We're going to get her latest video. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to put this video, go over, and I got to pause it. Hype. There it goes. You only get 3 of these, but I'm going to do them all at once here. And then Just Jason Keto. Just Jason Keto videos, the latest one.
Just Jason here. Welcome
I'll
back.
pause his video. It's really, you know, we got to use everything we can. This is free, so I can hype his video as well, and then this gives them maybe a little bit of exposure. That's what we're hoping for. Otherwise, Scratch and Pete PA has a beautiful, bright avatar that is matched by content in those thumbnails. His banners updated every single week. His videos and his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video. And then Hannah Rebecca, I'm uncertain about that, but I can't hype with a brand account. So Superchat is under a brand account, so apparently it can't hype. I have to do it with my personal channel, so that might be a restriction. But I wonder about monetization. I'm unsure, because it's supposed to be only for channels under, I thought, 100,000 subscribers. Might be 500,000, I forget what it is. But you get more points if you have less subscribers. So a channel with 100,000 gets less points than a channel with 2,000, let's just say, if that makes any sense. Shorts over here, Scratch and PPA on his channel brought us vlogging style shorts from a trip he took to Italy a couple of years ago with some Italian lottery tickets as well. And then this year he returned to Italy and brought us some more Italian lottery tickets in an entire short series of videos. He brought us a live stream a couple of years ago as well, and I know a lot of people will be hoping for more, but more so we're excited to see an expansion in content from this creator. And Scratch and PPA, of course, is monetized. He's a fellow Canadian, only a couple hours away from me, but we can support him with super chats and memberships when we get over there. So hopefully everybody will connect, and like I said, I hope you'll I hope everybody will start getting in the habit of hyping each other's videos. Even I forget to do it, but lately I think I'm doing my 3 a week because we're doing it on Superchat. But it's something else we can do for each other, just in the spirit of doing as much as we possibly can. Oh, and then yeah, Keto Simple, it's because I made the stream unlisted. So when I want it to slow down, which I know it sounds ridiculous, on any other channel nobody would want that, but my voice can't last longer than 3 hours. So if it's still, we got 40 people watching at like the last hour, somewhere around the 50 to 45 minute mark, I make it unlisted, so it just cuts off the super chats and stuff. But to be honest with you, we've had plenty of that. And Dustin, as much as I appreciate it, you don't have to do it every time. Keto Simple has done that kind of thing time and time again. And I'm going to run out of time for channels as well, so I'm going to race through as many as I can, and then I have to cut the stream when it gets to 5 after 8, but I will appreciate everybody's patience. Simply Debbie Sue is up here right now. We'll see what she's got going on. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Oh, is Keto Simple on at 8:10? Oh, it's Tuesday. Oh, forgive me, Keto Simple. So I already set our redirect and everything for Michael's Adventures again today. I didn't even think about the fact that it's Tuesday because I miss their Tuesday streams all the time. But Dustin, if you want, what we can do is set up a raid from Superchat into your Tuesday night stream the next time I'm going to do a Tuesday one. So forgive me for not being sure. They're all on the front page right now. I just scheduled them all right this second. But if you want to do that, we can talk on Instagram or Facebook or whichever one it is. And then thank you so much, Butler Family Farm. I really do appreciate your friendship, Jerry, and you know, like I said, I know I went too far today probably talking about all that stuff, but only being passionate. Simply Debbie Sue is up on the screen right now, and this creator is going to bring us faith stories and simple joys, including some family togetherness, which I'm always happy to see. I'm going to grab her latest video, put that in my catch-up list. You'll get more information on her about section. One of the most heartwarming about sections I've seen in the Tuber Chat family. I've been lucky enough to catch a couple of the videos where she's got a sister visiting. They talk about their love for one another. I'm always happy for family togetherness. And then otherwise, Simply Debbie Sue is going to give us heartwarming stories along with some spiritual inspiration. This creator's got shorts on the channel. These have just started, but they've gotten into 1,600 and 1,800 views, so we'll likely be hoping for more. But this creator as well is working on 1,300 subscribers, so we'd love to push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then let's spin the wheel, and we'll get another channel coming up. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Sarah Prestwood is coming up. She was live yesterday. I caught her again, and Sarah Prestwood has an impressive DVD collection. Actually, yesterday I saw again a case that she's got. Looks like she separates them too between the Blu-rays and the DVDs, and I know she's got a couple of my favorites in there because I've caught her for live streams a couple of times. She's posting content like crazy. Look at this. She's putting out more than a video a day. I'm going to put the latest video into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I keep talking about. She's working on 1,200 subscribers. Most of what she's going to do here is talk about her DVD and Blu-ray collection, but the chat will occasionally drive the conversation, and then we see what comes up, especially when she's going to live stream. There's shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 2,400 and 6,900 views with a little more variety here. And then when we look at live streams, we see that Sarah's on frequently. So a week ago, I didn't realize it had been that long, but I caught her yesterday for a Memorial Day stream, and we'll see if she's going to do some more of these. I'm sure she will. We've got notification bells on for every single channel in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Mac Movement is still in the house. Good to see you here. R&W Farmstead, Tony Walsh is still in the house. And then, yes, yeah, Simply Debbie Sue is likely having impact on many different creators, as a matter of fact. Have Fun in Nature is up here right now. I actually had them on the wheel twice, which is great to know. And Have Fun in Nature is another channel. Actually, they live stream frequently, so they have a Sunday scheduled live stream. But this is one that I caught yesterday, and I didn't realize the title. A lot of times I hop in this stuff. I guess I don't even look at the title. I just come in. And they were doing a special Memorial Day one. But this creator, these creators are bringing us Sunday afternoon scheduled live streams as well. The conversation here can go just about anywhere, and it's very possible to see a story go very much like you're used to on Tuber Chat. We were joking about that earlier today. When we look at videos, we see that they're posting frequently, and they've got a couple of newer ones. So I'm just going to grab one of the latest ones here, put that into that catch-up list I keep talking about. Lots of outdoor content here, but they let us know. Have Fun in Nature, obviously, is the title of the channel, and then they bring us the beauty, peace, and healing power of the outdoors, and then they've got shorts on the channel as well, and these have gotten into 3,800, 7,600, 8,700 views. And then they've got Amazon Associates going on as well, which is great to know. I keep saying Amazon Affiliates because they're called affiliate programs in, you know, lots of different websites and companies and things like that. But Amazon specifically is called Amazon Associates. But great to know they're already on that. And then we'll spin the wheel. And Jen Palazzo, are you having homemade pizza for real? And then yes, Have Fun in Nature might be ranting a little bit. I think I didn't really get into a rant. I said I was a rant, but it really wasn't. But I was going on about a few different things today. I'm still kind of amazed at how I can talk, but I'm sure a lot of people are. Just Jason Keto is up on the screen right now, another beloved and dedicated moderator here, and he posts videos frequently, at least once a week, as well as live streams every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. He's a fellow Canadian. I've actually met up with him a few times in real life. He's now working on 7,900 subscribers, which is great to know. And he's got another video. Did I not already have? Yeah, I have this in my catch-up list already. Like I said, I hadn't gone through it yet, but I didn't want to run 2 in a row. I want to watch the video, so I'll get that done within the next few days because I got until Saturday now. And then Just Jason Keto is also talking about a proper human diet. You notice these chaffle videos. He's known for these, but he actually does a lot of other recipes as well. They're all simple and easy and only feature a few ingredients and don't take a lot of time, which is great to know. He's probably done 100 chaffle recipes. I'm sure he's done at least another 100 videos of other recipes as well. And this might be the video. Is this the one that you were talking about that was Dustin's recipe? Because like I said, I haven't watched it yet, but he put this out, and this one's, yeah, just killing it right now, which is great to know. And then when we look at Just Jason Keto, we see product reviews here as well. Now, he might be reviewing something in the kitchen, like an appliance or a Dash Mini for making chaffles, or he might be reviewing products that we find in health food and grocery stores, especially when they say no sugar added, and things like that. He can help us understand the ingredients. He might also unbox something like a GoPro or a gimbal, and he has lots of guests on his channel as well. He's constantly thinking about the audience and what he can do to bring different styles of content. So he's got other people that come on to collaborate and share their life experiences, especially when they're thinking about a keto-based diet or lifestyle. Just Jason Keto's got plenty of grilling and healthy looking short videos here. These have gotten now into 7,500, even 25,000 views or 23,000 views. He's got a Weber barbecue that he revisits every year with some style of content because it keeps bringing the views every summer season. Kind of thing that a lot of people can take as inspiration. Let's just say when we find something we're doing right, we can duplicate a bit of that success. Jason also does the live streams that I mentioned on Thursday nights. He's either giving us some Q&A and YouTube conversation or bringing a guest on to share their experiences as well. I'm going to skip his second channel for today. Forgive me, Jason. I know he'd probably offer, but It's Just Jason is another handle he's got set up for a channel where he intends on bringing more variety in content, things that might not otherwise be suited on the keto channel, if that makes sense. Michael's Adventures has a premiere coming up right now. We know Dustin is going to be going live in another 15 minutes or so. So plenty of content for anybody that can watch both, then by all means feel free. And then Resident Revsecutioner is up on the screen, and we'll see what they've got going on their channel. I've put the link for Michael's Adventures premiere in the chat. I've pinned it so everybody can get over there anytime. I'll be over there right after Tuber Chat. We'll probably go a couple minutes overtime, but we'll see. I'll try to move it through these channels. Resident Revsecutioner is a channel I'm just getting to know, and they are working on 800 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. I'm going to take an older video for today, but I think what I might do, I want to see the origin of that camper. I'm going to take the part 3 video. Oh, first tour. No, I shared this video, didn't I? I'm going to take this video and see it. I don't necessarily add the same videos into my catch-up list as I do when I share. I really mix things up when I'm sharing content for other creators. And then shorts on the channel. I've gotten into 1,900, 3,400, 10,000. On one of these, which is great to see, and then a few live streams, which is great to know, including yesterday. Hopefully I'll catch you for one of these. And this creator is a custom car motorcycle builder with over 25 years of hands-on experience, which is interesting to see. So obviously we're going to get some spiritual inspiration over here as well. And I'll be hoping to catch you for one of those streams if you're going to keep those up. And then Corinne Pierce is coming up, another beloved and dedicated moderator. I talked about her earlier because she's done merchandise for a lot of creators. Some of you will recognize the name Lighthouse and Anchor Designs. This is where she does t-shirts and mugs and hats and now candles and soaps, I think, and all kinds of different things. Basically anything that can be printed. She brings us her life through the channel as well. She could be cooking, cleaning, shopping, traveling, doing any number of different things, including opening an Osmo Pocket 4, which I know a lot of people here will be interested to see. So I'll put that video on my catch-up list. That's another video I can catch up with. And then, yes, she's in Nova Scotia, so no doubt the prices are at least as bad as they are over here in Southern Ontario. But I think inflation's just gotten everybody around the world kind of amazed right now. And then shorts on this channel. Corinne might be bringing us outdoor content or a look at some of the things that she makes. And then she's gotten into 77,000, 106,000. This one's still getting views, my goodness. And then live streams on the channel as well. So she live streams sporadically, sometimes in phases. She might be on every day for a couple of weeks. Either way, she's done probably hundreds of live streams. And most often lately, she's helping or allowing us to watch her work on the different merchandise that she's making. But great to know that we can keep her in mind when it comes to thinking about merchandise for our own channels, because I know a lot of people are thinking about that kind of thing. Kristen Walton, my love, is coming up as a beloved and dedicated moderator. Corinne Pierce is a moderator here as well. And these creators, all of the moderators on this channel have their own channels. They're all doing different things. Kristen Walton, my love, started with makeup and beauty. She continues that today, but she's gotten into product reviews, unboxing videos, sponsored videos as well. You can see she's putting a lot of work into her thumbnails, experimenting with bright, bold headshots and different color schemes, different templates, different layouts. She's got a couple of different series of videos on the channel. Lately, she's talking about living through or living with multiple sclerosis, which I find to be a bit of a tongue twister. She's putting those out as a monthly series, and then she's got shorts on the channel as well at 19,000, 22,000, 28,000, and then she's got live streams. So she's done all the different types. She's been outdoors, indoors, StreamYard panels, collaborated with other people, and we've done a couple of things together. So hopefully everybody will connect with Kristen Welton, and her next video is coming up on Thursday at 6 p.m. So we can set the notification for that and be ready to hype after as well. And then she's working on 1,800 subscribers, and of course she's monetized also with super chats and memberships available to support her with when we get there. And then Hannah Rebecca's coming up. This is a creator who's always up for swapping playlists. All of our moderators do it as well. Still a benefit to monetize channels, because anytime somebody's running a playlist of your videos, they're running every video from beginning to end. That can bump up your averages for retention on your channel. And then I'm going to put the link for Michael's Adventures again. Racing through these channels. Now I'm not doing a bad job, not talking like I was at the beginning of the stream. Hannah Rebecca does vlogging in the truest sense. This creator could be bringing us into her home. She could be taking us on the road. And she talks about every different type of subject that comes through her life. Could be basketball, could be sports, could be Nick Jonas, could be music, it could be all sorts of different things. So hopefully everybody will connect with Hannah Rebecca, and she's got shorts on the channel as well. These have gotten into 2,100, 4,000, 36,000 on one of these, which is great to see. And then live streams. She did her very first live stream 10 months ago. I was very lucky to have been in there for that. And this creator is now over 2,200 subscribers, which is great to know. So I know she is very enthusiastic about swapping playlists. So anybody here is free to do that, of course. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then Crafty Witch 232 is coming up. And when we look at what Andy's doing, this is one of the fastest growing channels we've seen in the Superchat family. So I talked about this earlier at length, but the idea that I believe this channel has grown 100% organically. And you wonder, how can a channel go up to over 5,000 subscribers so fast? Because anybody that's been with Superchat for a year or more has seen the growth in this creator and their channel. So Andy is on just about every day live streaming, creating and crocheting. Once in a while they do something different, like their birthday a couple weeks ago or a week and a half ago, or they could be collaborating with another creator, but those are special occasions. Otherwise, she's on crocheting or creating something just about every day. She does cross stitch, 3D printing, jewelry making, perler beads, and a few other things. Forgive me while I trip over my descriptions here. And then videos on the channel give you a bit of a taste of some of the things she's making, or a couple of collaborations here. And then shorts give us a really good look at a lot of the things that she's making for the purpose of selling, as a matter of fact. And some of these shorts have done really well at 10,000, even 14,000 views. So Crafty Witch 232 will be on tonight, probably an hour from now or so. She's usually on 9 p.m. Eastern. And then Jesse Journals and Unboxes. Did I put your channel up first the other day? Is that why the wheel is that why the wheel is choosing you last today? I'm just curious to know. I can't remember for the life of me. I thought I put Jesse's channel up first not too long ago. So Jesse Journals and Unboxes this past weekend brought us a dual premiere. She's done that a couple of times. I missed the first one, forgive me, but I did catch the second one. Why did I miss that? Why for the life of me can I not remember why I missed your first one? I thought we were in something else and she might have had a raid or something like that. Forgive me, I'm mistaken here. So Jessie Journals and Unboxes, she's been with us for years, literally 5.5 years now. Her support for all of us over all of that time has increased. She's unboxed all sorts of different things. There's a bit of Happy Mail here. There's plenty of subscription services. Lately, it's the journaling, unboxing, and crafting supplies more than anything else. But she does other unboxings and Happy Mail videos often as well. She often gets the business owners from the subscription services to come into the chat while she's unboxing this stuff. But over the years, she's done all kinds of things. Lately, we've seen books, postcards, crafting supplies, tons of washi tape. The only reason I know what that is from her channel. She's done snacks, bath and beauty products, jewelry, basically you name it, she's unboxed it over the years. And then this creator features a lot of the things that she finds in the unboxing videos in the shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 2,100, 2,300 views, and you see all the different types of things that I'm talking about here. As well, she has got live streams. She's done several in the past. We'll see if she's going to keep those up. Either way, whenever you catch Jessie for a premiere, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats. I talk about her like I talk about Scratch and PPA, Butler Family Farm, the Stock Explorer, with a very fast pace, very high energy chat. And I believe the biggest reason is because she does so much for other creators. I'm going to have a look at one more channel here, Vintage Style by Joe. Just about missed their chance to be on. Michael's Adventures premiere has started and the video is on already. So hopefully everybody will go over there. I'll be over there in a couple of minutes. Vintage Style by Joe, I think, put out a new video because it came up recommended for me today. Log Cabin Block Tote, which is interesting to see. She's done things like that before. Vintage Style by Joe makes vibrant, colorful, handmade, and homemade things on her channel, often from scraps of materials and fabrics, sometimes contributed by other people. and then sometimes things that she'll find in collections or she'll save from other projects. She's made all sorts of different things, from curtains to quilts to pillows to totes to decorations to bags to all sorts of different things, mug rugs, the list goes on, and you get an idea of the different things she's making here. She tries to get the jump on things like holidays or seasonal ideas like autumn or Christmas, and Vintage Style by Joe has got shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 2,300, 2,600, 4,100 views. Live streams are something I haven't been able to catch very frequently because she's on every Friday at 9:45 a.m. I believe Eastern, right smack in the middle of my work morning. Sometimes around 10, 11, 12 o'clock I have to switch gigs. I do usually 2 or 3 things a day, and I can catch a couple things while I'm driving, or I can sneak in and this and that, but I haven't been able to since the last I had a special day off for some reason. I don't remember why. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Vintage Style by Joe. She's another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here with us for just about every stream. And when you see her in these live streams, you will see her either talking about the different things she's working on or creating, sometimes even in a multicam setup. I can't remember for the life of me, Vintage Style by Joe, why you said the multicam comes up. There was a reason, I thought, for it, but you'll find it if you dig through some of these replays. Hopefully everybody will connect with Vintage Style by Joe. She has to be excited about passing the 3,000 mark, and she's got it nice and locked in as well. So thank you everybody for the time you spent today. Forgive the quick exit, and forgive me for the channels that we missed today. I'll try when we get back on Saturday to talk a little bit less, get back into channels a little bit more, but I hope my speeches were at least the smallest bit motivating, inspiring, or dare I say even helpful. Rushing Wind Mountain I almost missed. We're going to look at that channel right now. By the way, I hope everybody will connect with all of our moderators, including Michael's Adventures, who's on right now. I'm going to drop the link one more time, and I'll be over there in another literally 60 seconds or so. And we're looking at Rushing Wind Mountain right now. This is Ruby from the Pacific Northwest, who brings us nature and wildlife in video, shorts, and streams. They can go anywhere from a minute to 12 hours long. Pleasing audio, pleasing visuals, and sometimes you even find humorous moments if you catch them for some of the shorts where you see wildlife that's been featured. Many of these are now into thousands and thousands of views, which is great to see. And then there's live streams on the channel, and these, much like anything else, can go from just a few minutes to 12 hours long. Ruby has experimented with both vertical and horizontal, or portrait and landscape views when we think about live streams. And again, pleasing audio and pleasing visuals to go along with that. Hopefully everybody will connect with this creator. She's been with us for at least 4 years. I insist that it's at least 5 by now. But either way, a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So thank you everybody. We'll make a quick exit, and I'll see you with Michael's Adventures. Bye-bye.